Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order at this time. Please turn all cell phones, electronic devices to off or vibrate. And I am going to ask Mr. Rick Morris to lead us in our prayer and pledge this evening, sir.
Dear Lord, we thank you so much for this day you provided for us and the blessings we're receiving from it. Lord, we lift up our prayer to you that you would send us some rain in abundance. The land is becoming very parched, Lord. We would just like to see a little moisture that the pastures may be green again. Lord, as we go about this time and this, as a council, addressing the issues of insurance for the city and budget, we ask for clarity and knowledge and patience, Lord, and that you would help us to make decisions that would be good for the city of Ballinger. I pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Rick. All right, City Council may discuss, consider, or take action on the bids received on the insurance coverages for city employees and their dependents. I think everybody took their paperwork for the Monday.
We have a new sheet we probably should hand out, and then y'all want to scribble on that, and we'll use the clicker as well.
Yeah, go ahead and hand it out. Yeah.
That way, you will have a new update in writing too.
Yeah, this is the spot.
Is that, I'm not sure, a red dot or something on here?
I don't think
No?
so.
Okay.
I think it used to, but
Can you get some of them to do the same thing so they can?
it does.
See.
I was gonna say, I thought it had one on
But
it.
I don't think it shines on the screen.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it don't show on the screen. I'll be. That's all right. I don't think I did a very good job of explaining it last Monday. You tried to do better today, not jump around and follow us a little better. I should back up and even explain our role here, and I just jumped into it. I'm Bobby's Ash Possession Picket. We're not with Frost up there in that right-hand corner, okay? This is James Pickett, and we're from San Angelo, okay? Now, we were just asked to update that the Frost agent started, just so people know. So when we heard we're shopping, we just, we do handle your current dental, vision, and life insurance, okay? But we're not your medical agents at the moment, okay? So just so you know, that's our role, and we were just, so far we've just been unpaid consultants for the TML. There's no commission in there. You know, fully insured plans like Blue Cross, Aetna, United Healthcare, Scott and Wider, we handle all those. They groups under 50, the commission's built in. Groups like Texas Association of Counties, TML, there's no commission in it, so we usually just get a consultant fee. Like City of Coleman, they just pay us to check. They write us a check every month for X amount. So just so you understand how that works. Those plans there, we can start with the TML. And you know what you ought to do on this sheet here that y'all have in front of you might be simpler. You ought to probably number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 at the top of each line. And that way, it might help us if we go through that, if you can't read the screen. Number 1 is your current plan. And let's just go down it so you understand your grandfather's plan. And it's in and out of network, but you know, we're just going to concentrate on in-network benefits. TML is United Healthcare. It's a very broad network. You can see it's a $1,250 deductible. That is a calendar year deductible. It's not a plan year deductible. It starts over January 1st. The family deductible is ×2. Now you can see we only have 2 people covered in dependents, but The family would be at times 2 or 2,500 maximum. Then you go to co-insurance. After your deductible's been met, it could be 75% in a premium care provider, like United Healthcare, certain providers that they'll pay a little better on, or 70% for the others. So 75-25 or 70-30 means the employee pays 25 or 30%, depending on who they see. Until you get your individual out-of-pocket maximum, $6,250 on your grandfather plan. You see that's what the GF stands for. And there's a family maximum out-of-pocket as well. If you look at the bottom of the page, you can see the GF, because his grandfather plan is always subject to office visits and RX co-pays right underneath all the annual rates there, until your real maximum out-of-pocket is $7,900. So after that $6,250 maximum, you pay office visit and drug card co-pays until $7,900 is a true maximum out-of-pocket. After that, you see your PCP and specialist copay are both $30 now on your grandfather plan. Then you get into high dollar stuff like MRIs, CAT scans, PET scans, etc. All 30% after that $1,250 deductible. Then your drug card. You have MAC A pricing now, which you see that little asterisk, and we mentioned it Monday. If you read the very bottom line down there, if non-preferred brand drug is taken when generics are available, the non-preferred brand is $70 copay plus the actual price difference between generic and the non-preferred brand drug cost. You could go to max C pricing of TML, it's 3% higher, and do away with that. I think y'all talked about you really didn't have a problem with you kind of being weighed toward the generic. But just so you know. And then you can see the prescriptions, unless it's an HSA, we'll talk about them more later, but plan 1, 2, 4, and 5 all have that same drug card information. Plan 6 is after the deductible's met, because HSA can't have any upfront co-pays. We'll talk more about HSAs. So you can see those 6 tiers. It would be 0 for a disease management maintenance drug, $10 for generic, $40 for preferred brand, $70 for non-preferred brand. It's in red, that is a change, that's from last year. Biosimilar is $100 and $150 for cost share. So it's really 6 different tiers where the prescription drugs fall into. And then you see there that in-network right underneath that's urgent care. And it's a $30 copay now. And we did the closest one within 100 miles. TML does have one. It's Next Care Primary Care on Catclaw Street in Abilene. So that's the closest one within 100 miles. They're not very numerous in West Texas. Emergency room, inpatient hospitalization, outpatient surgery, all of those can be deductible in co-insurance. And then your Teladoc, MD Live, whatever you want to call it. Blue Cross calls it MD Live. TML calls it telehealth. You can see it's a $10 copay currently. It would go to 0 on the copay plans, and then it's going to be $40 because HSAs can't have that up front. And then you see the rates. That's $692.40. Last year was $713.80. So we got that reduced $21.40. I should have backed up a little more when we threw our hat in the ring to try to become y'all's agents, assistant, consultant, broker, whatever you want to call us. We were able to, you had pretty good experience this year. So James, I give him the credit. He was working on all this, okay? But he talked to TML, using experience, and we got to re-rate y'all as a new group. And that's where we got the $21.40, because the old rate was $713.80. We got it down $692.40. Okay, so you don't see the $713.80 on there, but that's what you're currently paying. And so it's now $692.40. And then you see the rate to add dependents. It's still too high, but of course it came down accordingly too. And then you see the monthly premium, the 3% off from current. and then you see the annual. Then you go across there, the next plan's a $750 deductible. So that's gonna be your highest price plan. Now, on these 5 plans, you could pick all of them or at least 2 of them. The second thing we did, we're able to do, and that's some of the confusion driving over here Monday, we've been turned down the first time from TML to offer more than one plan. Because, we like the Blue Cross option of, they could have as many as 3 HMO and 3 PPO plans. It gives you more options. If you remember the 2 plans we were going over beside your grandfather Monday, you can only pick one of them. But driving over here, they were limited, and they let us have all 5 of these. So for that example, in that number 4, the $1,500 deductible, we pointed out that was one of the same plans on the sheet Monday, and that's the same benefit. That rate today with the 5 plans is $653.26. Okay, and so we got about $30-something knocked off that plan if you compared what it was. So we've reduced those rates by over $50, which is about 28,000 savings on 42 employees. So we at least got that done for the city, regardless of the decisions you make. You can see the third plan's a $3,000 deductible. It's 100% coverage. After that, it doesn't have any co-pays there. You see it's just $3,000, 100% coverage. Plan 4 and 5 are probably ones, if you go this route, you want to consider for sure, because they do have a $1,500 and $3,000 deductible. You see your maximum out of pocket. The individual is $5,000 on both. Now you have a $30 PCP and a $45 copay for specialists. And remember, your x-ray and lab are covered under the office visit copay on those 2 plans. So you go this route, I think personally, I would just probably offer all 5 the first year if you didn't think that was too confusing. But I would sure offer these 2 for sure, okay, depending on how you all want to do it. And I would offer at least one HSA plan or both. Number 6 is an HSA. You see it's a $4,000 deductible. Then it's 85 or 80% coinsurance, so the employee's paying 15 or 20% after that. Until your maximum out of pocket on that plan, you come across there $6,000. So it would be more deductible than the copay plans and more out of pocket. And those drugs you see there after the deductible's met, because HSAs or health savings account cannot have any copays up front. The only thing that can be covered up front under these Affordable Care compliant plans is preventive care. Now those would be covered at 100% on any of the plans because you've gone from a grandfathered to non-grandfathered plan. And under the ACA Affordable Care Act, your non-grandfathered plans do have to cover preventive care to 100%. So they would all do that. And then you can obviously see some differences in Teladoc as you come down the page and the co-pays as well, and the rates obviously. So hopefully that is a little clearer than Monday. And we didn't show those other 2 plans we looked at Monday because this is a better deal. Okay, we didn't see any reason to. Because this, you have more options, you're not stuck with one plan, and you compare apples and apples on the $1,500 deductible, it's $30-something cheaper. So if any questions, if it still went too fast, y'all stop me, or I might go into the Blue Cross now. Okay. I would just number them 1, 2, 3, and 4 across the top. So if we talk about numbers later, it's easy to do.
The one you gave us the other day, that one?
No, I'm just got the 2 you
Oh, we just got one.
We just got one.
Oh, you didn't hand out Blue Cross? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, this is,
Oh,
y'all need to do one?
well,
Is it this?
yeah,
Oh, no, it's a new one.
let's do it just in case. I'm sorry, I wasn't watching. I thought you handed it out to me. It probably, maybe it's no different. I don't know.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. If it's not,
Not his brother's.
Anyway, number 1, 2, 3, we've been snore ISD all day, we're a little weary, I guess you'd say. 1, 2, 3, and 4 across the top. Number 1 is your current TML, and then you got 3 Blue Cross plans. So just remember, number 2 is your HMO. We've kind of been with this. At the bottom of the page, there's no Shannon, no Andy Anderson. We did check. TML was able to give us verbally, don't have it in writing, but they said since January 1, there's been 66 visits at Shannon Clinic or Hospital from City of Ballinger employees. That could be at the clinic and the hospital, et cetera, but 66 visitations in some degree at Shannon. So you have a perspective there. And on the HMO, you have to pick a PCP. In the middle of the page, it says PCP required, we put yes in red so you could see it. It's obviously the least expensive plan, but it, like I say, you know, the 3 hospitals always give examples around this part of the world of Shannon, Fredericksburg, and Indiana that are in the network. Because most of them are, but you know, not all. Yes,
do you
ma'am.
know if the Winners Clinic and the Ballinger local clinic,
Yeah.
do they take?
Or we might not, they are in all of them.
Oh, on the bottom.
In the bottom in blue, yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, they are. And then number 3 and 4, those are PPO plans. That network would be comparable to the United Healthcare PPO that you have a TML. But remember, those Blue Cross plans, and I can take you step through step if you want me to, but they do, none of them cover the x-ray and lab after an office visit copay, like your new TML plans do. So that's a huge step for TML to offer that, because I was always after them to do that. And they used to charge 18% more for that one benefit. It always blew them out of the water. But now, it just amazed me when they came out and going to do that. So that they are making great strides in their program. They just never wanted to do it before, but they're competing with people now on that.
All the TML plans cover the x-rays and the.
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
You know, where they got the little round, yeah. Because you look, Christie, at 6C, it says deductible entry across there. Because HSA, number 3 is an HSA, see, they can't cover it up front for copay, health savings account. And then number 2, it's just a low deductible, I'm talking TML now. It's just a low deductible plan with $750 until you're $3,000 out of pocket. You see there's no copays at all on it. It's just a low deductible and lowest out of pocket. The other thing about switching to Blue Cross, if you would consider that, because I understand why you might want to do this and give people an option, but these are all calendar year plans that start over January 1, Blue Cross and TML. And Blue Cross will only carry over deductible credit when we switch to them. They wouldn't carry over any co-insurance for people that maybe met their maximum out of pocket during these first 9 months. We have a large claim sheet because Tommy and Bonita had to appoint us agents for TML to get this information, okay? And there's about 5 or 6 employees, over 10,000. They don't give you names, but you know, just have information, so we don't ever share that. But some of those are probably in that category. You know, that they may already be at 100% coverage if y'all are following me. And if you switch to Blue Cross 10-1, they got October, November, December, 3 months left, and then their deductible will start over again. And so they'll have to, if they met their $1,250 deductible with TML, that would carry over, but that any other plan, any above that would not. Does that make sense to say that right? We can understand it. So try to point out pros and cons in your decision. Questions. I mean, I tried to hit on the high points and still keep it simple. Does that give you enough information? Now, I didn't hand out, I don't think this should matter, but we have a health savings account bullet points that we explain what health savings accounts are to employees at open enrollment. About 3 pages showing eligible expenditures and how the laws and rules work. And, you know, we have that. We can show it to you if you're interested in that, but it'd be something that we would think you just offer. Now, here's the thought, and y'all just stop me. Last year at 713.80, we heard Monday from folks that dependent premiums are too high. You know, you could treat this now with these options as maybe a defined contribution plan, if you will. And you could keep funding that 713.80. You could drop it to the 692.40. You could just have a nice round number of $700, just keep it simple. And say you're gonna fund that and let the employees pick and choose. And if they pick a plan under that, they could put it in their HSA account. They could put it toward their dependent premium for medical, dental, vision, put it toward Aflac, voluntary life, etc. That's what you could do. Aflac does your 125, where you can pre-tax the premiums. So any premiums for medical, dental, vision employees pay, they can pre-tax it. You know, saves them about 20% off the premiums. That's huge. And you can use that cafeteria plan and a kind of defined contribution methodology to your benefit for you and the employees that may want to use those premiums to cover some dependents. Because you look at, say, let's just use 700 for round numbers. If you were going to fund 700, that's in between your renewal and what your rates were. You can see that 1,500 deductible is $653. So that gives those employees $47 to put toward dependents, or whether it be medical, dental, or vision, or Aflac or voluntary life insurance. If the employee was okay with an HSA that had no co-pays up front, they have to understand that. They're paying for everything after you show your cards, you get your discount, then you pay the full price. But you see that last plan at HSA that they might consider, it's at $571. If you're funding, again, using 700 as a round example, they could put $129 in their health savings account every month. That way you're putting the same amount of money for each employee, and they can use it out of however they want to. That's just a thought you could do with this kind of flexibility, where you can offer more plans and you could set a price you're comfortable with. Yeah.
Could you, I don't know if everybody wants it, but could you give me the HSA information that explains what it is?
Sure. The top line just says what HSA is. And then you show the maximum annual contribution you can put in each year. It changes every year. Congress adjusts it. If the city's furnishing any for the employee, then the employee has to use that against the maximum. Because we do get some employees put the max in. Not most of them don't. Because, you know, what is it? I don't know, it's 6,000 something. Depending on if you're covering family, it's 6,000, employees, what, 3,000? It's going to go over next year. Yeah. So you just have to make sure you don't put in more or you get penalized. And as long as you take it out for qualified medical expenses, which are on that second page, then you never pay tax or penalty. Now, the obvious is your deductible, okay? But it could be all those other things listed there. Eyeglasses, your seeing eye dog, dental, vision, braces, etc.
Okay, so I know what an sort of what an HSA is. We use ours to pay deductibles and doctor, things
There
like
you go.
prescriptions, things like that. How does that tie to a health plan?
Okay, number 6 and number 3 are both HSAs with TML.
Okay,
It does have HSA very small at the top.
yeah,
Yeah. So those are qualified high deductible health plans that qualify for an HSA.
oh, okay,
And again, they can't have any co-pays. You pay the full cost after your TML UHC discount until you reach that maximum out of pocket. Plan 6 is $6,000, plan 3 is $5,000. Then it's 100% after that.
okay.
And as long as you use that, if there's any money in an HSA account for qualified medical reasons, you never pay tax on it. Now, it's your money. Even if it's the city money or their money, you can take it out anytime you want to, but then you pay tax and a 20% penalty.
If you don't-
That's between you and the IRS. The city has no liability there. If that employee takes it, we got an example there, buy a new refrigerator, big car payment, a house payment, a Christmas gift. So that's between him and the IRS. Okay, you don't have to worry about what they use it for.
So December 25th, we still got a couple thousand sitting in there. You can have
Just
that.
let it roll. It's
Does
not a
it
use
roll
or
over
lose
or
it.
does it?
Flexible spending accounts, you have to use or lose it.
Okay,
Health savings account, you do not.
oh, okay,
When I got to 65, my wife and I had several $1,000s in our HSA. I had to make a choice. If I took Medicare A, which is free, it's kind of hard to turn it down, which we did. We could have denied Medicare A, and we could have kept contributing our HSA. Well, I wish really I would have denied it, but I took A, okay? And we had several $1,000s in there, because I had done it from way on when it first came out in '03 when Bush signed into law. So it's what, 16 years ago? So we had that 15, 16,000 in there. We're down to 8 or 9 now. We're getting older and using it. We're just gradually using it up. But I think it's a great benefit and stuff. But it is not for everybody. Because it's, most people want a copay. So the first year you offer it, you may not have anybody, you might have 2 or 3 people take it. But what we've seen when you offer it over time, it's grown. More people, well, Joe tried it and he liked it. I think I'll do that this year. It's less expensive. But if you're really healthy, it might be a way to do it. Put some tax deductible dollars in there aside. The other extreme, sometimes, here it won't really matter. You don't have a plan that a lot of times is the least out of pocket. I don't particularly like the choices TML gives you. Actually, Blue Cross has better HSA choices, but you don't have any on there.
yeah.
Because, they're too high, that's a problem. But I like their HSA plans better, where sometimes they're the least amount out of pocket. Here, there's not, so that's not a valid reason, really. So, in this case, the person just have to understand that they'll put tax deductible dollars for the future they could use any way they want to. And then I think that third page used some examples of non-allowable expenditures we always kind of laugh at. We're kind of silly, but all this at least gives us some guidance.
Well, I'm still not real clear on the HSA.
Okay,
So your deductible, or your, on the TML number 6,
4,000.
yeah, your individual deductible is 4,000. So you basically paying $4,000.
Upfront before it pays anything except preventive care.
Right, so you're paying out of pocket $4,000. Okay, once you hit 4,000, then,
This plan goes to 85 or 80% coverage, and you pay prescription drugs till you max out at 6,000. 6,000 would be your max out of pocket.
when you,
It'd be fourth line down.
gotcha,
Is
okay.
individual out of pocket maximum 6,000. Now, number 3 HSA is 3,000 max out of pocket.
I understand, let's just stay on this one, okay? So basically, you're paying in $6,000, okay? And then you skip down to the, you won't have a copay, but you're paying 15%
After 4,000, then you could pay 15 or 20%, depending on you see a premium care provider or not. See,
Understand?
that's at 85, 80.
Well, if you're at 6,000 though,
Well, you haven't, once you get 6,000, it's 100%. You don't pay anymore.
right,
But it starts over every January 1. It's a calendar year. So if you switch to this 10-1, you only have 3 months left. So, you know, there's a double-edged sword there a little, and employees have to understand that plan. They could get real sick at the end of the year and pay 6,000, then they have to start right over January 1. But of course, that could happen with any of these plans for that matter. Just the nature of the beast.
well, I don't see where it helps you. I mean,
You don't.
what's the difference between that and a regular plan?
Well, it's just, I was, in my case, extremely healthy. I don't take any medication.
Well, I mean, you're talking about paying into an account,
I put
right?
tax deductible dollars in there that I've never paid tax on.
Right,
And now I'm taking that out and never paying tax on.
okay, so, okay, I still don't understand
So
where,
it's above and beyond what you, like the city, if you're just playing, I mean, I use HSA, so I'm familiar with it, but it would be, if you want to contribute to your HSA account, it's above and beyond any of these other amounts here, right?
Yeah, you're gonna
So,
put
I
more.
mean, if you're paying 1,100 for your family and you want to put in for your HSA, that's on top of that 1,100.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't wanna do it, I understand.
But they get you that tax, just tax-free money
Just
you're
tax
using towards that.
money that you can use for
Is what
stuff.
it- is what it-
The other ones, you just don't get the tax-free money.
so instead of it
They still
taking,
have the minimums and stuff.
okay, if you're $1,114 a month for your pay, that's gonna be taken out of your account, I mean, your
Right.
paycheck.
To go towards paying premium.
Or-
And then if you want to put in HSA, there's.
It's more.
Yeah.
Right, so if you bump it up to 1,500, right, then your $1,114 still pays for your,
Premium.
It's just paying for your insurance.
right, and then the
If
rest
you
of
wanna put
that
in more,
goes
you
towards your,
You go to the debit card, it goes along with it.
And so then when you go to the doctor's office and you've got to
right, then that's how you,
pay the deductible,
yeah,
you have to pay for it, then you use your HSA card and it's tax-free money.
right,
What I do with mine is I put in my max family out-of-pocket amount each year in my HSA. That way I know that I won't have to pay anything with tax dollars, with dollars is already taxed. I have a card that's getting like $600 a month put onto it
right,
out of my own paycheck.
right.
So you did what I was doing.
So you
Yeah.
can put it towards your.
Well, we use it all over here.
Yeah. Well, we were lucky. We are now, but we, and there's most people want to cover that. Most people don't want
The
to.
downside I see to it is every time you go to the doctor, you have to have a doctor, you gotta pay.
Right.
That's the hard part for at the beginning of the year. Once I get about middle of the year, I'm pretty good because I got a deductible or I've been getting close to my out-of-pocket max. So it's how everyone see it. I mean, in my company matches, they do a match.
Some companies match.
Some amount each year, they'll also put in $100 a month or something.
Under HSA?
Well, let's see, if y'all did this defined contribution in a sense, depending which plan employees took, you'd be putting some in too. If you say we'll put X amount in and they took a plan that's cheaper, you could put the difference in their HSA account. And they could add to it if they wanted up to those maximum levels. Like I say, we're very careful on how we explain that. I don't think many people would take it, but I would offer just to have it out there. Because a lot of people know what it is. Probably, James, what, 75% of our groups have one in it, I would guess. At least an option. Very few have HSA. We have a few that just an HSA. Well, Possession Picket, we just have an HSA option for our employees. And we're a little group, there's about 10 of us. We don't even offer anything else. We offer them 3 Blue Cross PPO, well, we offer the HMO too, because one of the ladies is comfortable with community. That's just one example. We have one large employer in San Angelo, 120 employees. 5,000 upper HSA, that's it. That's what they offer. You can see things going that way.
If they can take the difference, like if the city can pay $700 on everybody, if they can take the difference from what this HSA is and apply that toward their dependent coverage.
Or their HSA if they'd rather. They can put it in their HSA account or apply it toward their dependent coverage.
If this we don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, y'all have agreed to do this. I'm just kind of throwing out ideas.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm not stepping out of bounds.
Basically, on number 3 would be about $26. That they
Yeah.
play with.
Yeah.
Either put it toward their dependent.
Yeah, if you funded 700, they'd all be under it except the number 2, they'd have to actually buy it to. They'd have to pay a little extra if somebody wanted $750 deductible, which they could do if somebody wanted to.
That's the
That's their
difference
choice.
between your lower deductible.
Yeah. Just give them those choices. Like I say, I'd probably give them all the choices the first year, and then you might weed it out. If nobody took one of them, you might drop it out of there.
But we have to pick this one or this, right? We can't offer,
No, you can't. Now, you know, and I should say, there'd be some, the problem is Shannon, I know with HMO, and there's no carryover but deductible. But I could see, you could do the same thing with Blue Cross to be fair, and you've had funded $700 there. People that are okay with HMO, there's $200.
right? So
They
we
can
could
go toward their dependents
cover
or,
it,
you know, so, yeah.
You got the chance.
You could get that dependent rate down to $800 for your whole family.
How do you feel about Shannon Ballinger? You have to have Shannon?
I go out, go to the community, but my son that has kidney problems, he goes to Shannon.
It's where y'all are located, I'm sure most people go to Shannon.
Well, 66 people.
You know, you had 66 visits so far this year.
But at the same time, if they understand that Shannon's not available, they would not have a problem going to the community.
Yeah, I don't.
Or you let them buy to the PPO, where you still offer more than one
Well,
plan.
yeah, I'm just saying.
Yes. Yeah, they want a cheaper plan, they can switch. Most people don't want to do that though. Yeah, but they could.
Stan, what are your thoughts on the Shannon HMO's and
Well, just like, my wife twisted her ankle last week. My wife twisted her ankle last week. We had to find an orthopedic surgeon, and no one in the community would take her. We had to go to Shannon.
Doctors that anymore.
So we had to go to Shannon. Or else we had to go to Evelyn.
Yeah, or you could go to Abilene.
Yeah, because that's where I go to heaven.
I mean, we're
Abilene would be okay.
more reliant, I mean, we're closer to San Angelo, so it's easier to go to San Angelo than it is to Evelyn.
But would you, so if you had the option, would you pay more for the PPO or would you go with the HMO?
I mean, so that's I'm not the insurance guru, my wife is. If she didn't have to babysit, she'd probably be here.
Y'all have thoughts?
You know, we have an FSA, and I wish we had the savings plan.
The HSA.
You know, we have an FSA, so we have a maximum contribution of like $32.50 or something like that we can go up to, but if we don't use it, we lose it,
Yeah, that's the difference.
you know? But in the scheme of things, you know, the employee, if they make a salary, they'll actually make more if you're, because of the tax-free contribution into either of the plans. I mean, into the HSA, it'd be tax-free.
Y'all could join the city and then we'd be a large group.
We're self-insured.
They don't allow that.
I'm joking.
I know, but I mean, really, if you look at all the entities in town, to be able to do that, if that was the way it worked now, but now they've changed all those plans up.
We'd have to say EI owner.
What's the HSA deductible in New York?
We don't have an HSA. It's FSA.
FSA is
Maybe we need to come see you. I hope this is helpful. Slow down and talk about it. Any other questions or thoughts? I mean, like I say, just throwing out ideas you could do. If you do want to go with Blue Cross, consider it. Just remember that they have to pick a PCP, and they're not going to carry over anything but deductible credit. So you will have a few employees that will have to start over on their maximum out of pocket. There wouldn't be very many, but you have a few.
After you've seen our history, you know,
Right.
of what we've done all year, right? Okay.
Limited, but they've seen us some.
Right. Okay. You've seen the plans available. You are an insurance guru. You do this for a living. What would you suggest?
Thank you, Tommy, that's what I.
You put him in a bind.
I had to go. I know y'all don't like TML. I heard that loud and strong.
No.
But they're
Not
the
that I
best
don't.
plan on the table for the money.
It isn't that we don't like TML, it's that what they were offering in their grandfather plan could be better, right?
Yes.
This is why we went out to bid.
Well, and that's
It
why
doesn't
we
matter who we use.
pushed them. This has been a good exercise for y'all because we got them to come to the table, get
Exactly.
lower, you know, it helps to bid sometimes.
Right.
Even though they say you don't have to with them, well,
Yeah.
you can see what happened when we made them do this.
Never had representation.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why we went through this exercise, right?
So, but now, it wasn't before.
Right.
But now we've got them $55.64 cheaper.
Right.
It's, the TML's the better buy, I think, because the network, unless, you know, probably if
Well, and.
Shannon was the HMO for Blue Cross, that'd probably be the way to go.
Oh, yeah,
But
definitely.
with community, somebody said it right back there.
Are you going that far, all them offices are in?
Yeah, they're on their way.
I just don't think you want to do that.
It's becoming more of an urgent care center, I think.
You gotta go on, keep working.
But, okay, so, and I agree, from what we see here, TML looks better. Now, you were saying we could offer all 5,
Yes, sir.
okay, or just 2?
Yes, sir. 2 to 5.
What would you suggest?
All 5 to start with. I know that's confusing, but I think y'all have to give them the choice. We're gonna have to come back and explain it to them, y'all won't.
Right.
We want to make sure we have plenty of time to do so when we do that.
That was where I was going. We're
You
gonna
know,
have to.
you're gonna have to give us the time to do it.
It present.
Because it's gonna be like, wow, we've never had all this to consider before.
Because they're gonna have some clarity on every plan before they can.
It's kind of overwhelming.
That's
I
what
can
we
do it.
need.
I used to go every year to these presentations and have someone like that come and present them all and
It's
choose
gonna overwhelm them with the 5?
the 5
It's kind of
choices.
overwhelming, period.
I agree.
I mean,
I would at least have
for
3.
biology, you know, I'm struggling with this.
Yeah.
I'd at least have 4 or 5 and 1 HSA, at least. Minimum of 3, maximum of 5. Yeah, like
So you're
that.
saying 2 and 1 or 4 and 1? By having an HSA?
And he's saying this package here.
I'm numbering
Right.
them off here.
But you said at least 3 or 5,
Yeah.
so I was saying you'd have 2 and 1 or 4 and 1. Being that the HSA was the 1, is what I'm saying.
Well, number 1's your current, I guess.
He's just saying general number.
Right.
That's
Well, I was going out these numbers here that I would take 4 and 5 for sure.
Yes,
Those are the 2 no-brainers.
right.
Okay.
And then 1 of the HSAs at least. Number 2, if I can leave 1 out, I'd probably leave number 2 out because I don't know who's going to take it because of the price. They're going to have to pay for it. But I'd still leave it in there in case they did. But if I was going to take 1 out, I'd probably leave it out.
So maybe number 6.
And then if you just want to offer 1 HSA, do you want to offer there's quite a bit of difference in the price is why I'd offer both. See, there's $100 difference in them.
You're saying to do 4 and 5, and then also do both the HSAs and let them select which one they choose.
Yes, sir.
Personally, if it was me, I'd take number 3 and go.
And you can, yeah, that's a good plan.
when you look at the difference in there, it's not that much.
Well, I know. But as again, a lot of people want that copay,
Yeah.
you know, and they can pay 30 for PCP, 45 for specialists, and have it X-ray and have it covered under it. Or, you know, the HSAs, they won't have that. They're gonna have to pay the full cost, as, you know, Jason and Christie were saying, that the folks that have been experienced it. You get your discount, sure, but then you're paying the full cost. So that, if it was a $150 doctor's office visit and say, but the discount is 30%, you owe $105. Cash check, how you gonna pay for that? People, oh, I'm used to copay. You know, they have to understand that.
Well, I like your idea. Take plans 3, 4, 5, and 6 and offer it, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the PML and offer it to the,
Okay.
let them peruse it, see what they want to do.
If y'all want to do that, then, I mean, that's maybe one motion, but you're also gonna have to decide how much you're gonna fund.
That is true.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that depend on the collection of plans that we get?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I just threw out numbers, but, you know, whether you want a round number, what you're paying now, or what the current rate is, that's a choice y'all have to decide on, what, you know, how much you fund. Because every one of those, it appears, if you stay where you're at now, you know, there'd be little savings for them.
What? If we
3,
say we're on
4,
the
5, and 6.
Yeah.
They're all cheaper than what you're now funding, or even at the 3% discount.
Right.
So if you keep funding that,
Yes.
you're funding more than what these plans cost, so that'd be a little savings for the employee to put in their HSA, put toward dependents, use somewhere, if you're all okay with that. You don't have to do that, but that's just what we're kicking around. And I know that's not a tremendous help to the employees covering dependents, because, you know, we heard that loud and clear, but it's impossible to get it real, as cheap as we'd like to.
It's not a tremendous thing, but at the same time, from what I was hearing before, on Monday, a lot of them are concerned with their family.
Right.
And this could contribute towards their family.
It helped a little.
I do.
Yeah, you're right.
So you're saying we continue to fund at the current rate of 348, 969? No, it's even more than that.
Your current now is 713.80 is your current employee only rate. It's not on there, but that's what it is.
Right.
Until we got the 3% discount.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so roughly $350,000.
Oh, yeah. See, this is 348 at 692.
Right.
So you keep 20 times 40 is 800, about another 10,000 if you keep funding where you're at now. So it'd be about 360. That, everybody following my
Totally.
thoughts and math here?
Yeah, I did too.
I have no idea.
He has the
That's
old
not
rate on
hard.
there, right?
No,
You have the new rate on there.
Yeah, the old rate, 713.80, it's not on there, but it's $21.40 more than the 692.40.
Where's 692.40?
He's looking at individual.
Right.
Y'all are looking at
Oh,
total, he's
the
looking at
rates.
individual.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just thinking in my head, well, there's about 40 employees times $20 is 800, times 12 months is 96.
Okay.
So you're talking about $10,000, $12,000 more if you keep funding like you are now. But, you know, remember, we got 28,000 savings just by doing this. We got it now. Overall. I'll shut up, but I think y'all are getting the grasp here. I'll step back and just questions, or y'all decide. And what's not in there, I should say, the other thing is, remember, there's nothing in there for possession picking at the moment. We're just unpaid, nice, friendly consultants at the moment.
Is that gonna change it?
Yes,
Until we make a selection, then he's gonna tap his on.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what he's trying to get a point at.
Okay.
He's got a contract in there that needs to go before the council to look at it. In the next council meeting, we'll probably have,
Is it $28,000?
I don't know yet.
No. But if you want to pay us that, it'd be okay, but,
Are we gonna talk about what the services would cost if we choose the plan? Are we choosing a
I wonder
plan?
if you choose a plan by.
oh, good question.
Yeah,
They were supposed to choose it by tonight,
yeah,
and I called TML, and I knew the city council meeting was what, the 19th?
right,
I got to the 21st to let TML know,
okay.
if y'all didn't, if you wanted to wait for it.
So either tonight or the 19th. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Unless you have another special meeting or something.
Yeah, we'll probably have one. Well, we'll have one, I don't know, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Depends on how the rest of the budget goes. Okay, so basically, our old plan, the plan we're on right now is $351,189 per year. That's what I'm calculating.
Well,
Yeah,
this
713.
is 348 right now with 42 employees at the bottom of this page.
348.
At this 692 rate. Now, we're gonna pay 713, well, that's another, y'all can do the math, 2140 times 42 employees times 12 months, what that would be.
Well, it's $351,189.
Okay.
Okay, that was with 41 employees.
Okay.
Yeah, 359, 755.
Yeah, all right, so 359 at 42 employees. So any of the combination here will be lower than the roughly $360,000.
Except number 2, but you leave it out and do 3 through 6, they all be less.
That's correct. So then you can apply whatever it is towards,
Dependent premium, or which one of the HSAs, you just put in your HSA account if you'd rather. That'd be the employee's choice.
okay,
Benita, you're gonna do some
yeah,
bookkeeping here.
yeah.
Are you okay with that?
What,
It is what it is. I mean,
yeah,
off of those three and
four.
four.
Yeah, 3 through 6. You have 2 HSAs and you have 2 plans.
2 HSAs and 2 co-pays if you do that.
Right. It gives them options, gives them flexibility to meet their needs or what their decision is on their stuff.
These plans would take effect when?
10/1, October 1, which is our fiscal year.
326?
Sir?
No,
326?
3,
No,
4.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He was saying 3 through 6.
Oh, okay, through 6, through 6, yeah, got it.
I think we could do that.
But we have to do something pretty quick because we have to let the employees do something. I mean, we may have to decide on this now.
Let's see if we decide now to offer these 4 plans to the employees and let them look it over, right? And fund it at $360,000 or whatever it is. Okay, or at the 713.80 rate.
Right.
Okay, with the residual going back towards the premium or whatever, however we need to set it up, or the HSA, if they choose an HSA, they go into their plan. But we can offer these that would give us time to meet with employees.
Yeah, we want to have an open enrollment meeting sometime after y'all decide.
Right.
Go through it.
Now, their contract, we can wait till the next meeting to present it to the council and let y'all vote on it.
Well, we need to wait till the next meeting to decide on these four. On the 19th?
Well, we could actually decide on these four tonight.
Let's go tonight. I'm not gonna be any better informed.
Yeah, I think we kind of covered it, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's covered it
We're
well.
basically staying with the same company, they're just offering 4 different plans that we have to offer to the employees.
I don't wanna go through cross-section mode, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
We can drag this thing out.
We'll see if we,
I like the full plan.
yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
See,
okay. And then the only thing that would wait till the next meeting would be the contract and for them as a consultant.
Right.
Which is probably gonna be higher than a commission.
Well,
I'm glad you said that. I will tell you one more thing.
I was just kidding.
I know you were, but I'm.
Hey, he's gonna tell you later.
I got another good bullet point.
Okay.
If you went Blue Cross,
Yes,
you know what the built-in commission for us would be?
what's
4.5%.
really?
If that's a $700 rate, that'd be over $30 an employee a month per head. We're not gonna charge that.
We're getting a good deal.
Yeah, we're gonna charge 20,
Okay.
is what we want to do. A third of that, 2/3 of that.
Getting fired up on it.
Hey, Sam,
Yes, sir.
does TML help you with deductions and everything else? Or is that something you have to do?
As far as,
I mean, now you're talking about multiple deductions out of paychecks and everything else, and they're all gonna be different if they choose different plans. Who helps you with the payroll deduction on what they're doing?
no one.
That's what we offer.
Okay.
Do we have that capability in the new company?
Hmm.
Do we have that capability in the
They
company?
just put the total amount in front of you. Like, the total amount for the insurance,
Mhm.
and then they separate by bill.
Okay, okay.
you just got enough on the computer to do that. Once you do it part time, then you do it.
Okay. Can do that.
So we've lost everybody.
I don't understand.
Remember council.
I didn't call it.
We're having a council.
Really?
You pay it twice.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that's what it Get us a snack.
Hey.
Tommy, let's vote.
Where's Joe?
Where'd he go?
When they're drinking the milkshake or something.
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna go there. That'd be a good one. Four out of 5 of us here, so.
Okay.
Whatever y'all say.
My bad shirt and too, so I'm sitting here.
You still on blanket?
this is. What is this? Copy of the contract that gets submitted.
Oh, we didn't need the contract on that page.
No, but it might make a difference.
So, Tommy, if that's too much money in there, that's another company. I think, wasn't James in there 1,200? Yeah, I told her it's $20.
So what is that?
I don't know. You know, instead of 20 a month, I bet we need, if I do, we just round it to the same figure every month, instead of having to figure 41 or 42 or 40 or 43. So, that's just a thought. I mean, what, 42 times 20 would be a lot. 40. Just make it, I don't know. But I would just say, let's just make it, don't have it figured every month. When we get 50 employees, we can adjust it or something or down, but just make it the same amount every month that she's not having to figure it at 41 or 42, just make it 840 a month.
$840 a month.
Yeah.
Oh, we have, when did you, because we only have 41.
And then if it goes down, your old payments for 20, if it goes to 50, we're getting the shaft. So, I mean, if you wanted it, the 20 is fine, but I just think it's just don't have to figure it every month, it's easier. That's how most of our people do it. It's a flat monthly fee. And we prefer, I don't know how y'all like it, but instead of adding it on to the TML, which they'll add it on there, most of them just send us a check for it. And I like the net commission deal because whoever we bring in the future, there's no commission in it. We're not upping it with one company. There's no commission in it.
Are you the buffer in the middle for the headaches that we have as far as some of the claims and the issues that we've had in the past?
We try to help with everything.
Is that a yes?
Yes, but TML is the most difficult, you're right.
Well, that's
We
the
should
biggest thing
really
that we
make that
have.
25 instead of 20.
That might be what you do by the time you start getting that first 6 months. Is
Yeah.
you go, wait a
We're not
minute,
going to raise next year.
Was that a yes, Sam?
That was a yes. That's what we do.
You'll know my life pretty well.
But yeah, they are difficult. I know. Them and Scott and Ryder are our two biggest pains. Blue Cross really is, for the claim wise, be easier. But this is the situation.
Anybody have any other questions? We're good? All right.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Motion to accept TML health benefit plans 3, 4, 5, and 6 as far as presented for fiscal year beginning 10/1/2019.
So moved.
Second?
Third.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, we will have the contract, and you will correct or update that next time, or you have it now? What are you doing?
It's up to y'all.
Well, we don't have it on the agenda, so we can't vote on it, but
We were gonna you know what? We didn't talk dental. Can we talk dental real quick?
I'll allow it. We've already voted on it, we should be fine.
This, just so y'all have a little idea of who we are in the future. James, did you bring that? Yeah, let's get that. That's all. This is your dental deal, your life and vision stay the same. No rate increase on those. Dental went up, so we shopped it. We had a 13% increase. So if you manage your current dental and vision, dental, the vision didn't change. I forget who it's with, but it's done. But it didn't go up. And, oh, that's right, we had 2-year rate guarantee if you manage. Okay, so the amount of vision stayed the same, One American Life stayed the same, but dental went up, and you can see a few carriers we shopped with. You have 2 dental plans, one's an unlimited maximum, the other one's a $1,500. Y'all have been paying for both, and let the employees pick and choose, because again, it lets, if they're comfortable with the $1,500, it lets them have a cheaper benefit. Now, that's all subject to change, if that's what you've been doing. And that's the only difference in the 2 plans, so as, the rates aren't a whole lot of difference, but you can see the increase they had, and to me, it's still the best dental plan. For one reason, it's the unlimited calendar maximum, already none of them have that on dental.
Okay, so yellow is what we have now,
Yes,
and this is what we're going to.
Right.
With a 13% increase.
yeah, I think it's about 13% something. If you do the math, I think it's 13.6 or 8 or something.
That's pretty clear. What What is this one? Lincoln?
Oh, that's that MAC pricing. That's because they want competitive on it. You don't want that. I want to show it to you, but that, you have to go to network providers, you're going to get a big penalty. That's why they make it cheaper.
Just stay with what we got.
Would y'all want to vote on that?
Can't.
Ken?
Would y'all want to vote on it at the next meeting?
Ken,
Is it on Lincoln?
It says insurance coverages for city employees. That's all.
You want to
Is
read it?
that covered?
But the insurance coverages,
Yes. We'll send it back and do it again. All right, motion to rescind the last vote for the insurance coverage.
what are we gonna do?
We're rescinding the last vote we made.
I'll make this
So we
motion.
vote again? Okay, I'll make the motion. Or,
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're once again going to select the insurance plans 3, 4, 5, and 6 for TML and include the Humana, is that correct? For the dental coverage for our employees. And dental and vision, thank you, ma'am.
So moved.
Second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And you're not gonna throw nothing out there, are you?
Huh?
You're not gonna throw anything else out there, are you? Say, oh, wait.
He'll keep me, if I bring anything else up.
He looks like he's done.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's done, he's supposed to do.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you all very much. Have a great evening,
Do
safe
we
travels
come
home.
back Monday for y'all to break us over the code or anything on our contract? Or are we good on that?
I think you should be fine.
We don't mind, I'm just asking.
Basically, they're gonna, we'll have the contract on the next vote for that, for them to do it. Everybody okay with that?
Okay, on the 19th,
Yeah, be on the regular meeting of the 19th.
not this next Monday, but the next.
Right.
There.
All right, thank y'all very much. Have a good evening. Be careful. Thank y'all.
no, we're talking about water, sorry, I'll.
No, you're fine. I was about to
Don't run
say,
break today.
if everybody needs a break, go ahead and take a quick break, please. All right, council will convene a budget workshop for fiscal year 2020.
The new ones you handed out, is that updated numbers and highlights or?
Yeah, it's numbers we've changed. I went through and we added some things that needed to be on there. We got the general fund, then we got water, and we got airport. I want to start with the easiest,
Sure.
airport. So it's airport. Got it? Ready?
There.
Okay. Airport leases. We're sitting at 25,750. That's all of our hangars are leased out. We don't have anything to spare. In fact, we got probably 10 we could rent tomorrow. And this is a hard figure, it won't fluctuate. It says current year to date is 12,875. The other payment will be coming in before the end of the year, before the end of the fiscal year. So it'll bill up to 25,750. So
Well, they pay,
This is not, airport handlers leases, this is the airport farm.
yeah.
Airport what?
The farm lease, the acreage around it, yeah.
Land lease.
Right, but these, yeah,
so can we get that description changed to say the farm?
Yeah.
this is farm lease.
Yeah, that way we don't, because I didn't know that either. And there's a couple on here that I thought about changing.
What is that section on that?
The entire airport is one section, 640 acres.
Farm lease.
The farm lease, I think it takes
Section.
about 113 acres off of the 600.
Those in a section.
Yeah, the whole thing is a section,
Okay.
but that includes the airport inside of it.
Okay.
And I think the airport's 113 acres. So,
Okay.
let's see, we don't have anything for conservation program, interest on investments there. Aviation gasoline sales, they had, last year they had, put in $10,000. They expected to get for gasoline sales. To date, we've only sold 2,897. I'm not real confident we'll hit the 10,000 this year. So I'll back that off to 3,000. Housing rental,
Well, do you think that, you think it would be any more than 3,000 possibilities of revenue or?
no, not with 2 months to go. I mean, I want to understate my revenue if I can. I don't want to overstate it.
Obviously.
Right.
It might be 4, but.
Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, we can put 4 here if you want. And this
I was
is,
just considering the fact that it was 3 now.
right,
I didn't know whether, how much it's been on average per month.
right.
We have any reports of what we've made in September, October,
Oh.
or September of the last few years? I mean, of the busy months?
Y'all, when I lived out there, it was on, after all the people that came from Fort Hood to do their little thing that they've done with the Apaches and all that stuff, we pretty much, it went downhill pretty quick. I mean, we used to see a lot of planes, and I guess back before, really, a lot of them were talking about that fuel was just so high that they just pretty much quit flying their planes.
Okay.
And we have never really came back to that. We used to have guys come in from, what the heck is the name of that town? He flew a King Air in here, and he pretty much just quit. I've seen him twice before I left, and he used to come all the time. He used to live out there out there by the, he had a house out there by the golf course on the other side. I don't remember what his name was, but yeah, we haven't seen much of an increase or anything more of a decrease in anything.
Well, if you,
You're right, we'd rather understate than overstate the special revenue.
yeah, if we get a surprise and we get 3,500,
Yeah.
so,
But we used to have lots of planes come in from a lot of places, but our fuel was also like $3 a gallon.
right.
And so since we've gone up to 5, I don't think that's really the problem. I just think that people are just not flying like they used to. And we don't offer anything that goes, a lot of places like these little airports, they have fly-ins where they have breakfasts in the morning and they all,
Yeah.
and they fly out. We talked about that one time.
Is that pretty much an average for avgas now, $5?
I think avgas is a little bit more expensive in some places. I think, if I remember right, Coleman was getting like $6 when we were paying $3.
Yeah, they are.
They were getting too much.
Yeah, we did go
And that's why we brought in planes, because we were, Once they quit flying, that's it.
We did go up, but but we're still lower than the regional area, so.
All right.
Let's see. Airport housing room, paying $4,800. That's $400 a month for rent. Here's the hangar fees. There we go. And again, this is a hard figure.
Was there, I want to back up to the house rental.
Yeah,
Was there a
sure.
contract on that? Who's in it? I heard Mr. Ruiz was in it.
Yes, we moved Mr. Ruiz in. It needed some electrical work, but he was having a very difficult time finding housing. His wife, fiance, has 4 children, and he's got 2, so they got 6 kids, and he was having a difficult time finding a renter to put in there. So in order to get him on, we let him move in there. But he's not going to be, I think typically they let people maintenance, cut the yard and whatnot, and in exchange for rent, but I don't know that would work. It doesn't seem like it would be good.
Does he pay his utility?
Yes, he'll pay his utilities and his rent, $400.
Does that meet state occupancy laws for 3 bedrooms with 6 kids?
I think it's got more than 3.
There's plenty of room.
There's 4 rooms.
Yeah,
There's 4, 5, 6, however you want to do it. It's just a big old office.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big old house.
Did we get a lease signed, or are we doing a lease, or how's that work?
Well,
You just kind of let them go put them in there month to month?
we can do a lease. It won't be a problem.
That's
I
a
think
minor point.
Yeah, well, I mean, really, we're still kind of in the moving in phase with him. Because we still have some electrical that we're trying to get done. I think just this weekend they got the AC working, so,
And moving on.
yes. we will go.
We just don't like to let that go because in the past they've torn the house up, not paid their rent, and then left.
Right. Well, Steve,
That's the problem.
with him working, we'll be able to take it out of his check. That's the beauty part about it. It'll just come out of his check every month, and, now we'll have some paperwork to document that. So, okay. Hangar rental fees, last year, they just plugged in 22,000, actual's 22,300. Overall revenue 55,850 for the year. There are no salaries. We put in $8,000 for oil, gas, and flats for, it's gonna be more or less for maintenance out there, minor tools. We put in 1,000.
Well, let's back up just a
We
minute.
could probably,
Oil, gas, and flats, on
yeah.
what?
Yeah, on what?
Probably reduce that oil, gas, and flats, because you only got 13,000 in sales, so you could probably put 13,000 in expenses.
Okay, so
3,000.
now oil, gas, and flats, we have spent 7,473.
On what?
Yeah.
We do the mowing out there with the shredder, and we'll have a team go out there occasionally with the lawnmowers, because you gotta get around the lights and stuff like that. So a lot of this is gonna roll into the maintenance to, gas for that. They have a flat out there, it'll get charged towards that.
So you're talking about flats on tractor for running the shredder? Seems like an awful to maintain that out there carefully.
Mhm. Do we know what details are?
Maybe enough to look it up.
Okay. We will look that up. what's actually being charged to that account.
Yeah, because there's no vehicles and stuff like that, will not be.
Right. We do have some minor tools. And we'll have to, again, look and see what details are actually being charged. Okay, insurance, $5,100, it's a hard figure. Do we know if that's gonna go up this year? Bo, have they got back with us?
They have not got back with us, what we're
Okay.
talking insurance.
We're expecting probably a slight increase, but it shouldn't be much. Heat and lights. Last year, we anticipated 4,500. Actual spent 2,433. So we,
That just means electricity, right?
yes, and lights, yeah. We do have to have a stormwater permit. We believe it's still gonna stay the same and not go up. Residence maintenance, since we do have somebody living in it there, we carried over the $2,915. It might come to pass that we need a survey out there. It's actually not a survey. It's in order to get, there's two different agreements we have with the airport, with the tech stop. One is the ramp agreement. The other one is to possibly get the runway seal coated. And we may need a survey out there for that.
Didn't we just have a survey made out there?
We surveyed the entire complex, yes we did, and that was the $3,000.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And actually this in the survey, what it is, we would have an engineer work with TxDOT to make sure that all our paperwork is correct. What they do is they take the survey that we did already and add a package to it, and it goes to TxDOT. And that would get us into
Documentation.
basically. That would get us into the grant for the steel coating. Let's see, next line item.
That's gonna cost 5,000 to get that pack.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a hard figure, it wouldn't be any more than that. Membership dues, I'm not sure exactly what the dues are for. I think it's for the, you can go online and let people know you have CAS at this location. That it's a website, I believe, that we subscribe to. Lets people know we're here. And it's also, I believe, in a magazine that goes out periodically. Social Security, and all the way down to year-end salary adjustment, there's nothing. And then we have property tax, which is what we pay because we lease that property out to the people. And also, I'm assuming the hangars. Okay, mowing equipment. Next line item. We spent year to date $272. There was nothing in this line item. We put in 1,000. Because I'm really not sure what's actually posted over here on the gas, oil, and
And
plants.
see, that was my question.
Right.
We got something for mowing, we got something for gas, oil, and flat. Gas, oil, and flats for what? If it's for mowing equipment, well, then we have to do something different.
Right. Well, we just need to dig down and look at the details of that and adjust it. Square box fee. Honestly, I have no idea what that is.
And it's to pay for the fuel.
But
Isn't that to pay for the fuel?
which,
The square box fee, that's what the box is square.
oh, yeah, the square, yeah, that's when they come in,
Credit card and swap the
Credit
card
swap,
for
yeah.
the fuel.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what they charge at the square,
$3.
charge $3, I don't know. I mean, Jeff, I have one in my
I
pickup.
think they're cheaper than most too.
Yeah, square, whatever they call that thing, yeah.
Fault.
That's what I use for credit cards.
Yeah, most of them.
That's the only way we can do it out there.
A lot of people use Square Box for their credit cards and stuff because they got cheaper fees than anybody else.
Brent, these crop dusters, when they rinse their planes or chemical spills, they're responsible for all that, right?
They're supposed to be, they're supposed to.
I mean, they're supposed to trap all that.
Yeah. I believe they have cleanouts inside the hangars where all that stuff goes into a little box area where they can
Okay.
suck it out, put it where they're supposed to.
And you found him to be rather diligent with that.
I don't think we ever had any really problems with that.
Just out of curiosity, do they have it set up for static electricity?
Yeah, we have a round on the fuel tank and everything, yes.
Well,
I do know that we need to go in there and change the hoses on that tank bad,
Right.
really bad. I mean, it's,
If they don't hook up before they fuel for static electricity,
now, I don't know what they do out there. They have their own fuel. They buy their own fuel. It's different fuel from what we do.
but are we liable for it?
I would not believe that. That's their fuel, that's their tank, they're liable for all that stuff. The way I would look at it, and you may want to, I mean, we can go talk to them and find out.
Well, we just look at the lease.
And I'm sure they're responsible.
They have their own fuel.
Yeah.
Very seldom do they have, because theirs is a kerosene type fuel, and we just use avgas is all we use. So
I just want to be sure we had.
whatever they have for their airplanes and stuff, most of the time they're inside the hangar when they're fueling and all that stuff. So it's their baby. We've never had anything since I've lived there.
Yeah.
Didn't mess with it.
Next line item is lighting maintenance. We had 15 plugged in last year. We've only spent $8.49, which is probably a bulb somewhere. But the lights out there, we need to start go ahead and changing them to LED lights.
Oh, you're talking about the runway lights?
Well, not just the runway, but all the other lights. I mean, some of the bulbs to replace some of the bigger lights out there can be kind of expensive. They're old and, you know, so we'd like to go ahead and start updating some of those lights to LEDs. The runway lights, I'd like to get on one of the textile agreements.
Yeah, they'll come out. You can get a grant through them.
Right.
We started that when Tommy New was here. We got a new rotating light and some other things, but when it came down to it, we couldn't afford the LED lights and upgrading all that stuff. So
Right.
we didn't do it.
But if we can do them a little at a time, you know, we can get the budget.
So you could probably reduce half of that electric bill.
Well, that was my thinking. If we start changing the outside lights then to LEDs, we can start knocking that electric bill down. Yeah. We got 500 in for hangar maintenance. I know every once in a while, some of the hangar doors start slipping off the rail, blowing in, so.
Usually when we have storms,
Right.
pretty much knock them off the track.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, a lot of times we can get them fixed without any cost incurred. But if something happens and we get a freak storm out there, we might blow in some doors and have to buy new hardware. Runway maintenance, 2,500, sorry. Just from the previous year before. Nothing for taxi strip, nothing for signal maintenance. And we plugged in $17,149 to transfer to the general fund. Leaves us a grand total for $55,850 for the airport. And other than the questions, where we need a little more detail for gas, oil, plant, minor tools, and mowing equipment.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Okay, since you don't have a salary, you don't have anybody working out there, why do you have to take out Social Security, insurance, unemployment tax and everything?
We zero those out.
These are the amount.
they're line items, there's just nothing in the column.
Okay, well, I mean, it's still, on my piece of paper, it still has them.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, we zero those out.
Okay. Just make it.
Yep.
Great, continue on. Okay, the updated piece of paper.
Yeah. 002, water. Everybody ready? Okay. Rental fee for sewer plant. Last year we had $8,535. It's carried over $8,535, yet we've received no revenue. Is that gonna be something that comes more towards the end of the year? Oh,
He usually pays that, middle of August, as our top, at least as
yeah, this
the
is
land out the sewer plant.
the lease for the farm at the sewer plant. So, interest on investments. Actual was $1,955. We had 500 plugged, we could go up to 1,955 if that's something y'all want to do. Or just leave it at 5, understate the revenue.
Good vary.
It could. Yep. Okay, interest on investments, water. Actual was $310. Last year they plugged 1,000. So that's another variable. Water sales. Last year's budget was $1,600,000. I've lowered that figure this year to $1,500,000. Let's see, sewer service sales.
Wait, why? But our year-to-date is only 903,000,
2 more, we got 2 more months,
and we'll make that much.
it's 134,000 a month.
Okay,
That's the average pretty much.
that's still not 1.5. And that's 903 plus, how much a month?
134.
That's one.
I can understand you reducing it a little, Tommy.
It's 630. Yeah, it's still.
Okay, if we sell more, that's good.
Right.
Still about 865 short. Is it anything I good now, Joe?
No.
Okay. Sewer sales, 600,000. I'm just carrying that over from last year.
What all does that entail?
Just the sewer, what we bill for sewer.
I'm sorry.
Before we bill the customers for sewer service.
The sewer on the water bill.
Gotcha.
And then other income. What would constitute other income, Bo?
Mostly it's the people that water get turned off for non-payment or the sale of meters.
So this will be the sale of meters and late fees, things like that.
Turn off the,
Yeah, turn off fees. Okay. Now, this year we only had 8,000. I would think that we might want to back that off to about 10. 30 seems a little high. Everybody agree?
Where you at?
Forget other income. Back it off to about 10,000.
30?
I mean, if we're sitting at 8,000, when do you think that would be for the next 2 months, Bo?
I would have to look on the computer to see.
Well, if you,
Do 15, half of it.
okay. 15,000. We'll plug 15,000 into there.
I'm still hung up on water sales.
If you do 134 a month at 12, it comes out to 1.608.
Okay, but we're at 903, so if you add 268 to 903, you come up with like 1.1,
1.1, 1.2.
which is 300,000 shorter than 15.
The average is 134, and right now we got people watering, but when we had all the rain in the early part of the year, they weren't watering.
Right. I think
Okay,
that's, I think
so it
that's,
might be better than normally. Okay.
well, I mean, if we have a typical year, 1.6 wouldn't be unreachable.
I see. I get it now.
Yeah, it was unusually wet this year, so.
Okay.
Okay, we got interest on debt. Let's see, is there something coming up, Bo? I mean, we spent this year $27,318.
We've got another bond payment in December.
Okay, so that's gonna be,
Is that the big one?
no,
The big one's in June.
85,150.
Mhm.
I think that went up just slightly, didn't
The bond did, the interest went down.
it? Okay.
So the bond coming up in December is the 85,150,
Mhm.
and the bond payments is the 490, that was in June.
Mhm.
So we got that one made.
Yeah, we made it. I need to do a joint entry.
Okay, so,
I need to do a joint.
yeah,
Bond payments due in December.
the bond,
85,150.
And it's gonna be the 85,150.
yes.
So you want to decrease?
Actually, I thought it was 78,630.
That's for next year.
Oh, okay, you're right.
On the bond payment, that's for the bond payment next year, 78.
Okay, so we need to plug in 85,150.
So why did the
No,
bond,
7630. That 490, the, journal entry hadn't been made, because that should be 490 budgeted and 490 spent.
Okay,
are you on bond payments?
Mhm.
so, okay, the bond payment we made in June was
490.
490. Okay, the bond payment for next year, June, will be 510,000.
Yeah,
Okay,
Why is that?
because the bond payments go up and the interest goes down.
and additionally, we added a payment for,
Yeah, the new thing for the,
the pipeline in Evelyn. Okay. All right, so the new bond payment for next June will be $510,000. We have a transfer to general fund of $33,675. We have an agent fee charge, and this year it was $1,438, and it set it, well, we budgeted $1,500. Gives us a total of $623,850, or 805, pardon me.
What is the transfer to general fund?
Yeah.
I'm a newbie and I don't know what that is.
Okay.
So you take the revenue and the expense at the bottom of all these departments, and that's what you have to balance the budget.
Okay.
What this is, that number is actually gonna, it may fluctuate a little bit. If we move, like if we go down, say, to 103,000, I mean, 1,300,000 on our water sales. Okay, that number will disappear because you only got 33,000. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you add a substantial amount here and or there, it'll affect that number. That's just gonna be your residual between your revenue and your expenses.
Okay.
And it goes into the general fund. Okay, water plant. Salaries for plant operators. This is gonna be for Randy, Ryan, and Thomas. Yes.
Randy,
How much longer is Randy gonna be on?
Randy's only working part-time, Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. And so he's not actually a full-time employee. He has gone through the retirement process, but it's helping us prop Ryan up because Ryan is
new.
really fresh.
Yeah, it's very green.
Right, so, which we would be okay because he does have his B license, but being able to fall back on Randy helps us immensely.
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
Yeah.
So is this
Sure.
all three of the guys is the 110? Or is there another line that we're gonna get to?
No, that was all plant operators,
Not three of them.
yes. And that includes all three of their salaries.
Thomas, Ryan, and,
Right.
okay.
And because Randy left, it was at 110. It's, we estimate next year will be 92,560 for those three salaries. Currently, we're at 81,000.
So what are we paying him? Well, never mind, he's kind of our retainer a little bit.
Right, basically.
Okay,
Kind of special call, I guess you might say.
okay.
We have some overtime scheduled in there. Now, this is a fluff figure. This year we've used $2,127 basically.
That's great.
Yes, but we have 20,600 plugged in there.
But why? I
Well,
mean, I understand we go out some overtime from time to time, particularly the situation we got into
right.
out there with repairs and what have you, but 20,000 is an awful lot.
Do we traditionally run a lot higher than we did this year?
I personally, I don't think so. I mean, I don't see why we would run up to $20,000, but Bo might have a little more historical. Bo, do you think
Oh, Sam.
we would end up using 20,000?
Well, we pay, I used to rotate
Right,
weekend duty out there.
right.
We could cut down a little bit because Randy doesn't do that anymore, just Ryan and Thomas will be doing that.
It drops down to 2 rather than all 3.
Right.
So we cut it down in half. Is that gonna be enough though? I'm talking to 10.
Yeah, that's,
From 20 to 2,600, drop it down to 10.3. That's what I was suggesting.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm good with that.
Where we want that,
10,300.
10-3 rather than the 26.
works for me.
We cut it in half. Postage, yeah, the figure was at set 2,000 last year budgeted. We spent $919.20. I dropped it to 1,500.
What is the water plant doing with, why is the water plant spending?
Well, if we have, for instance, if TCEQ comes in and says we have to send out a THC notice or something like that.
Do water samples that.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh, okay.
That they do all the water samples and any letters they send out.
right.
Because
So the city doesn't,
with the SCADA unit.
We have a separate budget for City Hall, so you'll,
It goes to the city, but we show it in the budget line.
right.
Out of that department.
can, TCEQ letters, I was gonna ask about, going more towards, e-bills instead of paper bills to save on postage. Can TCEQ letters go out, email?
Email?
Well, I mean, like an online account, online. whatever.
Digital, electronic.
Digital, yeah, whatever. Online billing,
Whatever.
go through online billing or notifications or whatever, can it go to that?
That would have, I don't know if TCQ has that or not.
I would.
They allow it.
They do?
I
Okay.
would just have to get everybody's email addresses.
Well, I was gonna get to that in the postage, and,
Billing entities do that. Do you want to go paperless?
yeah, if you wanna go paperless, if you wanna keep
Yeah, give them
receiving
a choice.
paper
Right,
bills,
Everybody has a
then,
computer.
then you might charge them, like I have to pay extra to get paper bills.
Right.
So like $1, $2, whatever it is. And then other people go paperless, so you're saving on postage, and you might actually make a few dollars on the people that stay paper.
And I understand that,
Set up.
but here's the thing that we might have an issue with that. A lot of the people that are on fixed incomes probably won't be electronically.
That's right.
So you're actually taxing them for being old, basically.
That's you and I were. Hey, quit it.
Well, I'm just saying, everything else they do in life is going to that.
Would that be a
I actually like what Bob said. I think given the choice, if they have a
That's
certain
right.
amount of people that want to go to it, then they select it. But those that don't want to, you leave them alone.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a higher to lower percentage, but you still have to respect them for where they're at and not, you know,
That's right.
hurt them.
Would you have a
I do
record?
understand what you're
Would
saying.
you
We'll have a cemetery
record
pack
keeping
on
issue?
without asking them.
I know, right?
They don't have to pay it if they don't want to.
No, that's right.
I would think with your
They have to call and get
They
it.
have to call.
newer softwares and stuff like that, we should be able to select those that are going to get the E or those that are going to get paper.
They got some record keeping of what was sent where and who got it. and
True.
You paying cemetery? Are you paying a cemetery donation?
If you haven't opted out, you
No,
are.
you were auctioned in or out at one point.
I'd like to find out about that.
Check your.
Mine's gonna be blown through the wind. I don't.
We used to have an FD.
And a lot of times out the work plant, they got that SCADA unit out there.
No,
They have to have.
You're gonna be cremated anyway, Brad.
that's right. Yeah. We'll fly through the
I'm
wind.
not sure that online would be a way to do that.
Agreed.
Well, she said TCQ allows it, so that's something we'd have to do, some fund view or whatever else we have as far as that electronic version.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and since while we're talking about it, you know, we have a certain card that goes out as a water bill. Now, it's kind of labor intensive to print that card. The stock is more expensive than a piece of paper.
I'm on auto pay, I don't even need that, I throw that paper bill right away.
Right, but, you know, there's,
Take my 20
these girls sit up here for 2 days tearing us apart, right? And something we were gonna explore as utility billing came online is there another way that we might look at, you know, instead of the typical water, the card, if there was something else we could use.
Email.
Well, yeah, I understand.
That's something
I
else.
don't
We
want
can get to
everybody
that
to
down.
assume
Right,
that everybody has email.
No,
Yeah.
not everybody's got that.
That's real fine.
And it's just like the little
All right, there's other newer things that might come available with the newer software and the transition, but right now let's do the budget.
Yeah.
All right,
let's move
moving
on.
on.
Moving on.
Okay, oil, gas, and flats. So far this year, we used $2,177. So we budgeted $3,000. We do
For
have,
them to drive that pickup,
there's 2 pickups
two
out there.
pickups.
And then you go to Angela quite a bit.
Well, they'll take water samples, they'll take, they use it.
Did we ever partner with the departments to send the samples at the same time so we don't have several people going? So,
Well, problem is-
I'm asking about money.
I know, but we're gonna get tangled up in little minor things and we're never gonna finish.
To answer your
Well,
question,
maybe, but we've got to make a budget that's
We're
doable.
trying to save money.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Coke machine while we're at it.
okay,
Okay,
hold on.
we don't have that out.
No, I'm just kidding, I'm just trying to make.
Okay,
I'm a budget guy, so I'm gonna find out about it.
you have to have a sewer sample, a sewer license to take the sewer over. You have to have a water license to take the water over. Okay, you can take them both at the same time, but the same person has to have both water and sewer, take them over.
Right.
Currently, I don't know that we have that person.
I don't know, Jason used to always say he could send them with Clyde, I think, or Claude or Clyde? Clyde,
Right,
and save on gas, but instead they were both,
yeah.
And they
Well,
don't always go the same day
We
of the
don't want
week.
to do that.
no, but you can actually time it to where they do.
Right.
But that wasn't done.
I don't think that would be a good idea.
You
yeah,
can time it to where they go, they're ready to go on the same days.
right. Yeah. We'll look at that a little closer.
We're in Karen Gas.
That's a city deal, we don't.
Okay, minor tools, last year they budgeted 1,500. We've used so far $1,521. I put in 2,000 just to get us over budget next year, or have a little bigger budget for next year.
Well,
We could actually back that down.
I was thinking, I understand having to have minor tools because of what went on out there.
Right,
You always gotta have something,
right.
but I'm not sure that every year is gonna be that kind of number.
Well, and some of this may be, something they did, something else they did out there. I'll look and see exactly what that $1,521 is. Because it may be something that they did in the chemical room,
Well, why would it be in the chemical range for tools if you got chemicals? We got a line item for chemicals.
Well, I mean, I know, but it could be some sort of, something to measure. I'd have to go out and look and see what it is.
All right, we're nitpicking, that's $1,500, not $15,000.
Thank you.
Let's move.
Safety equipment. Last year had 1,000, this year we have 1,000. Actual spent $488. Uniform allowance, we just carried the balance over. Actual spent $633. Janitorial supplies, 500, actual spent $495. Chemicals, $135,000, actual spent $97,734. And we just carried that budgeted amount over from last year.
That's almost $40,000. Well, we still have a couple.
We still have 2 months to go.
Right.
And those numbers are cheap.
Yeah, it's very possible that we could actually go over budget on that line. Okay, laboratory supplies, water, budgeted 10,000, year to date, $7,086. Telephone, budgeted 3,500, currently at 3,350.
Does that go away?
It
It
will.
will, that's what I was gonna talk about, is do we wanna leave it as is and then we'll end up coming in under budget for the whole,
Well, we could
for all
do it
departments will be under budget next year.
once all that gets in there, because the cost of those, the phones is gonna have to go somewhere.
Right.
We can take them out
Divide
of
it out and be under budget,
and just do
an amendment later.
yes.
Now, what cost of the phones? I thought we was getting free equipment.
We are getting some free equipment, but there was,
Yeah, part of it is the way it's going to work is we have to replace actual phone sets
Right.
to work with the new setup. So it's going to be an upfront of anywhere from low end 4,000.
yeah.
So what we have on the transition?
No.
Okay.
Well, it could possibly, but we'd have to buy more phones anyway and upgrade potentially, so it's just better to come in with
Just
them.
do it now.
Right. And in the end, it's saving us probably half of next year's entire total home budget all across the city, so.
Right.
Sure.
We'll spend half the budget, but we won't have any more to spend in the
But
total.
that don't mean you get to spend it somewhere else, Tony.
But you know I will. I know I
Turning
will.
on the road.
Okay, workers' comp, 17,700, that's all. Electrical, heat and lights, 70,000.
So one thing I was gonna bring up on electricity across the board is, have we thought about doing smart thermostats? Where you can have them shut off on weekends and after hours automatically in the office areas. I know there's gonna be some things you just don't turn off, but
Well, the water treatment plant does use a smart thermostat in the facility,
those are real.
but this is all the equipment,
The
the
gear,
pumps,
yeah,
the
run-
gears,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the treatment.
But in here, I mean, I don't know, something to think about, I don't know,
I'll put that on the.
something to look at. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no,
think maybe you can save $100 per building, that's $100.
yeah, no,
Start getting LED lights.
yes.
Yeah,
The whole building is
Do
LED.
you have them?
do it.
They are LED.
These are?
This whole building's LED,
Really?
some of the community center's LED, water treatment plant's
Tell the
LED.
difference.
And don't even look at our building.
I don't know about your building.
Y'all know electricity.
You're not
We still
LED?
have some old oil lights.
Oh, what?
Oil lights.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yes, we do.
You can't go upstairs and get that stuff out of storage.
Call Raymond.
Had to get Bob to light one, you know.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Inspections budgeted 6,000, year-to-date 5,377. Contract labor work, we have spent $15,052. I carried over a $25,000 budget figure. Raw water purchase, $222,000. I just carried that budget figure over.
Is that,
Currently,
is that all our raw water? Mildew, that
yes,
North
that's
Rawls, whole 9 yards?
right. Well, not North Ronalds per se. That goes onto a lake budget.
Right.
So that's gonna be separate. Waste disposal fee, 7,500. Currently, we're at 7,200.
We're gonna cut it close for the next 2 months?
Yes. Raw water transportation fee, $50,000. We've got, year-to-date so far, $7,332.
So have we not paid that bill or what? Because we're supposed to be paying that to Evelyn as far as transportation.
Abilene just sent that bill 2 weeks ago, and we had some questions about it. So, we're gonna have to look into that.
How much is
Some of it is the conversion. I don't know, they sent like 10 different bills, so we gotta kind of look and see where we're at on it. Some of it is because we've split it, some of it's, with the Millersview Dual, because we've reached our 360 acre feet.
Right.
So. Truck repairs, year-to-date, $1,274, budgeted $1,500. Pump and machinery, last year, they budgeted $65,000. Year-to-date, we spent $43,918. I backed that off a little bit to about $50,000.
Well, that's a variable.
It is. It is.
Well, the 65 was because we had to get filters for the RO. So that was why the 65 was up there last year.
So, Supply lines, 200 was budgeted. We had to buy, we actual spent $2,800. I'll move that up to about 3,000. Probably should talk to Randy and see what's going on there.
The supply lines for what?
I'll talk to Randy and see what that's for. Okay, signal system. I'm gathering this is going to be part of the SCADA system.
Yeah.
Now we spent $2,304. 12,000 was budgeted. I'll need to check with Randy to see if he's has any plans on spending the rest of that money. I plugged in 5,000, but I'll talk to Randy and see what the plan was there.
I'd split the difference right there because some of that equipment, if it goes out, they need it right now.
Right.
It's pretty expensive.
Right. So I'll double check this.
I'd split that difference.
Right. Laboratory equipment maintenance, 10,000 budgeted. We spent $9,531. So we'll probably use every bit of that. Alternative water supply development.
They probably don't need that anymore. That's when they were
Looking for,
paying the engineers for looking for the water supply with Abilene
okay,
and with Phantom
You can zero that out.
and, yeah.
Okay.
we'll zero that out of the budget. Pump station and lake equipment. They had $10,000 budgeted for that. Actual spent $313. There's got to be more to the story than that.
That is because when the lake is low, we have to have a pump that's out there with the line that comes up, and we have an electrical meter that's on the side of the lake in order to run the whole system.
Okay, so that goes towards the electrical meters.
That's the electrical meter, the pump, and the line that goes out to it that sits in the lake when the lake is low.
Right.
When I say low, I'm talking 7-8% or less,
Yeah.
because we gotta get it across Coffer Dam.
Right.
But we haven't had to have that since December of 2016, since we got full.
Right.
Split it.
Okay.
I mean, go to 5 instead of 10?
Well, what's the likelihood we'll need it next year?
Not.
Well, it won't be down that low.
No, with our lakes full right now, we're still 1.6 feet over right now, so we're still overflow, we're still in good shape. And the water with the full lake, we have 5 to 7 years of water.
Right. Okay, so let's knock this down to 500.
5,000.
Okay,
You wanna do 5,000 or 500?
5,000.
5,000?
Well,
That's fine.
Jimmy.
You're still up, you're fine. 5,000 is fine, you're still gonna have a ballpark, and I think we're still gonna be fine.
Okay.
I'd rather be safe than sorry.
No, I think we're fine.
Treatment plant maintenance. We spent so far $6,683. Got 7,500 budgeted, just carrying that over.
What's the maintenance? What maintenance? Ask Randy.
Yep.
That's probably gonna be when Bob Johnson comes to do the cleaning of the RO filters and the systems in that plant. Because they have the equipment and they show up with 2 to 3 people and knock it out in a couple, 3 days.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, ground maintenance. 750 budgeted, used 543 so far. Water tower maintenance, they've notified us and told us it was gonna go up to $39,295. So that is gonna be a pretty hard figure.
And
This
that's
is our main water tower out here.
It's the main tower and the other water tower.
standpipe.
Right,
Okay,
standpipe.
standpipe.
Now, even though it's out of commission, we're,
That's what I was fixing to say, you know, they're not going to mess with that.
right, well,
Part of a contract.
it is part of the
What
contract.
kind of maintenance is it? Just curious.
Well, they'll go up there and make sure it's not.
An inspection.
Well, they actually wash it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They actually go crawl in it, shut it down, drain it out, and then they completely wash it, clean it, scrub it, and then fix, repair anything that's inside that needs done.
Right, they inspect it and,
And it has to be done by law.
Well, yeah.
right, but anyway,
I
so,
was just curious what they did, but I didn't know there was anything to do with it.
yeah.
It was my question being, if we lost the standpipe, whether it was still listed as a contract.
It
Over
is,
here. That's pretty sure.
and if we get that one, if,
Okay, that's fine.
okay, lake dam maintenance and inspection. We've not spent anything this year. We had 5,000 budgeted, and I've carried that over. School training. Spent $2,963. We had 5,000. I backed that off to about 3,000. I think a lot of this was the boys going for the B and C training or their test, their water license. So, let's see, we got legal notices for 250. Nothing spent here today. Social Security, 9,000. Health insurance, 16,000. And pension contribution. That health insurance, depending on, it's gonna need to be adjusted at a later date once we get everything set up with our people. Unemployment tax, $2,850. Year-end salary adjustments, we got 800 plugged in there. Had $818 last year. We had no lease. Mowing equipment. We spent $186, 750 budgeted last year. I backed that off to 5. And capital expenditures, $25,000. We spent $14,020 so far.
Is that for the, what was the capital expenditure? $14,000.
Typically it's for equipment. Could have been for the, I have to look and see exactly what that was used for. No, I'm making notes. We'll drill down and figure out exactly the bottom line that and what that was. Overall, let's see, on water plant totals, budget last year was $931,556. Budget this year, $758,303. Year-to-date spent, $611,371. Okay. Water distribution. Okay. Last year, salaries, $165,950. We spent $125,500 year-to-date. We've calculated next year $190,950.
What's it going
That's a $65,000 increase.
Yes.
Why?
From what? Like last year's budget?
35.
35, sorry, I saw the 125 is what I calculated from, I got you 35.
We have 6 people, and
Why do we need 6 people in the water department when we probably done it with 4?
well, our sewer plant's been neglected. What we've been doing is just putting out fires in our water department. You know, there's always a water leak, there's always a sewer leak. We have some maintenance issues at the sewer plant we need to get attended to. And we have 2 people on our sewer department. We have 2 people that primarily attend to water leaks, but also
Isn't sewer on the sewer department?
Water and sewer together and distribution.
There's a section for sewer department.
yeah, I believe what we put in sewer is just one individual there, the supervisor. And there are some areas where we would like to replace some line, and we found it very difficult to do it with just 4 people.
So I've done it before, and if you need any help, then you have to work out with the others. But I mean, increasing that like that in all the departments with the labor costs going up, that's getting out of control.
We've been running with 5, and we did add an additional individual. So,
Well, if we do that, then you're looking at big overtime number there.
What if we cut back or?
Well,
no, he's saying that overtime might be more,
Because all 6 of them will be working overtime or?
something's,
not necessarily.
Overtime should be less.
What do you got?
Overtime would be less if
so
you have
how
more
does the
employees.
overtime
Should be.
work into that?
Should be, yeah.
Are
So if you have a water leak and all 6 show up, no.
on-call thing, or
Well, I mean,
alternating, or, I mean, if you're adding so much to the salary, then
Then you got
because there's
insurance.
more work, it's got.
That's right.
Somewhere
That's
in
just
there,
the
the
salary.
overtime's got to come down. I mean, if you've got more men, you're borrowing them from other places, then our salaries are not working out right. It's something not just exactly right there.
okay.
In the past, we've always had water and sewer where they actually know they do both. So you don't just have sewer and then water because they just schedule it, rotate, and work around it.
Right. Okay.
Well, look into it and see,
Yeah.
because I think that's a little bit much for the salaries. And when we've got 2 different departments working, you're borrowing men from there. Especially with overtime.
Okay. Let's see, okay, so overtime, we have, oil, gas, and flats. Yeah,
That's got to be better. They've got to take care of their vehicles and do better than this.
well, a lot of this is, I believe just gas and flats. Yeah,
Yeah, but in every department we're talking about,
Yeah, but you got 3 vehicles, 4 vehicles?
1, 2,
and
3,
I mean, I see them riding around town all the time.
right, but they're
They need to
not,
be working.
they're not joyriding.
And flats.
They,
They should be doing our own now.
and
Most of them.
we do, but that'll be for a tire or, you know, the materials to change the tire.
Right. I was just saying we should be doing that.
Right. And, but yes, our gas bills are quite pricey.
Well, yeah, I'm quite sure it is. I think they could take better care of their vehicles and that cost to go down.
Okay. We will,
They're not allowed to drive them when they're off work, is that correct?
that is correct.
They're still taking their trucks,
Yes,
parking.
yes.
That's all the city trucks, all the city vehicles are being parked.
I believe Scott takes his,
Where does Scott live?
16th Street, 15th Street, something like that. Everybody lives in the city, nobody takes them out of town.
Oh, Johnson.
Yeah, Claude takes his, let's see. The supervisors mainly take theirs.
And water.
Yeah. But there's only two vehicles and water.
Everybody ought to be taking their vehicles, all city vehicles ought to be parked over there. I don't care who it is.
Right.
Does Randy need a city vehicle? He's just working 2 days a week, part-time.
He keeps it out at the shop.
He keep-
They only have the one up there.
Yeah, he drives his own vehicle. It's just out there. Okay. I will, I raised that to 16 just to have some room there because we're at 12 now. We got 2 months to go. We're gonna be over budget. Well, we are over budget. Let's see. We might just keep that at 12 and see if we can, what we can do about that. Tools. We're a little over budget on tools. I raised it to 4,000. Safety equipment. We're right at $2,400. They had 5,000 budgeted. I was gonna move that down to $2,500. Uniform allowance. We're at 3 right now. I did that. 3,500 budgeted. I put 4, but I think I meant to put 3 or 35.
Do we,
For uniform?
do we
Yes.
need to pay for their uniforms? I mean, could that be something that they pay for on their own?
If they paid for it, they probably wouldn't wear it. But if we pay for it, they have to wear it. Does that make sense? It's almost, unless you're gonna go up on their salaries.
Okay.
We used to pay half and half.
I've seen a lot of employers that do make you, they take it out of your first few checks and make you buy your own, and they are mandatory. But,
Yeah.
Well, like a military income of yearly.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, they gave us enough to buy a couple full sets every year, and that was it.
yeah, and if you
And
want.
I don't know what that equates to, but
Well, I mean, and
If
that
you
would
wanted more, you had to buy.
yeah.
be kind of a half and half.
These aren't actually bought, we purchased, basically it's rental. If
Yeah.
anything happens, torn, ripped, it's replaced.
Right.
So you have a new uniform where they would have to.
That's not
buy it,
bad.
but It's part of the lease program.
Yeah, that's not a bad deal.
So they drop them off, they get washed, they get cleaned. If it's torn, ripped, or nasty, it gets
Yeah,
replaced, they
and
can do them.
that's fine. I did that, and I think it's a good deal. It's kind of a perk for them.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'd like
Keep them
to see
clear of
them
their
wear
rubber
them
load.
and be uniform and look nice.
You have buy them all.
City looking nice in them.
I'm kind of the same opinion. I mean, it ensures that the uniform is consistent.
I like being able to see,
Exactly.
see the work museum.
I think it's a good thing. I just want them to wear them in a manner that represents the city and they look nice and not be ragtag all the time.
Torn, dirty, greasy, nasty.
Yeah,
Dirty, greasy, nasty.
shirt tails hanging out and all that kind of
That's all you got out of that?
No, I got more.
Nasty, dirty, greasy?
And I don't think they should be allowed to wear them in church.
stuff. We'll fix that next year.
Yeah,
We got it done.
yeah, we have one individual that wears this all the
Employee
time.
that wears his dirty, greasy city shirt.
That part bothers me because I want them to look nice.
Why does it matter?
It'd be different if it was
Charles
clean.
Winchester.
Yeah, he's at church, that's how it's important.
My wife asked him, why are you doing this, Charlie? Well, I'm trying
And we're
to,
paying it before you get a
What's
new
the point?
thing.
What?
I have no idea, but it's very unsightly, it doesn't look good.
What a church.
City of Ballinger reflector strips on it. If we turn the lights out for baptism, people
Bad vibe, you're right.
Okay, honestly, I want to say he probably does it because they do get laundered all the time, you know?
I've never had that one happen.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Moving on.
Insurance workers' compensation, $8,100. Heat and lights, $2,000, budgeted. So far, we spent $1,513.
And this is water distribution?
Yes,
Is this their building that's at the front of the plant?
yes,
Okay.
yes. We do have to have, just explaining, some heat out there. Some of the flanges and on some of the parts that we use, you can't get really cold. And so we gotta keep it
Use a lot of heat tape on them and stuff, insulate them, keep them
Right.
warm in the winter, keep them from freezing.
right. Truck repair, spent $3,759 this year, budgeted $4,000. Customer service lines, we spent $26,217 this year. We budgeted $25,000, and I had $35,000 for next year.
Why is it more?
Well, I'm anticipating to do Avenue A and B and,
Oh,
Second Street.
Yeah,
the ever-present Second Street. And, so,
What's your start on Monday?
yeah. So, but we have some progress that we'd like to make.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, we actually made a lot this year. We're hoping to do a little more next year. Okay, machine and tool maintenance. So far, we spent $1,300, 5,000 budgeted last year. I put in 3,000 this year. Fire hydrants, we spent $757. We bought a fire hydrant.
Why did they budget so much? Was there a plan? Sam, do you remember?
There's a plan in order to start replacing, repairing, and getting fire hydrants up to code and be better, because some of them were not gonna be repairable.
And we've got, I've got a list of about 7 that need to be replaced.
Right.
So,
So,
And I've got the
want to keep
list.
that in there?
Huh?
Well,
Why don't we want to keep that in there?
I put in 3,000. I thought 9,000 might be a little aggressive.
if you want to replace 7, you're looking at more like 5,000 if they're 700
yeah, I was
apiece.
just
You
saying,
got one that's gonna be
maybe 5 or 6.
right there.
I don't know that we all want to do all 7 this
That's
year.
never been
I mean,
fixed. It's been out
You could, but you may not have to.
Well, I mean,
way before.
it's not just like going out and replacing a line
No.
or a valve or something, you know. Typically, it's at the end of a line. You gotta block it.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's a project in itself. So I figured if we could do, 3 or 4 this year,
That would be great.
yeah, honestly, for them, if we did
So 3,000 would
2,
be enough for those?
4. What, 4,000?
You got 4, Dayton has 5.
3,700.
Yeah.
Do we have the manpower to do 5 in a year?
Well, I think this was kind of where it's getting at, it's aggressive, so.
Yeah,
So at 3,000 would get us 3 or 4?
Right.
Okay.
Maybe you can price them, see what the package is. Maybe buy them cheaper this year and put them in next year or something.
Well, if we can work on 3 or 4 this year, okay, that gets us a little down the road. And I mean, if we have 7, then maybe we do 4 this year, 3 next year,
They all help.
and some of them we might can rebuild, right? So,
It would take them apart.
right,
Replace one and you maybe
You won't know
rebuild.
that until you get it all up and
right,
out, so.
right. But, well, I know, well, the one down on 7th Street, South 7th, which we moved over a little bit,
Is that where that one's gonna sit? I saw where that was at.
yeah,
It's gonna sit right there?
yeah,
They need to turn the steamer part, the 4-inch, to the street.
okay,
Because it's headed to the highway.
Take that.
That means that we'll have to bend the hose around
right.
and rather have that 4-inch
Coming straight in.
coming to the.
We can see Robert tomorrow,
I'll tell him.
yeah.
Or I'll tell him Monday. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
Friday.
But,
So,
anyway, so yeah, we still have a fire hydrant program. It's just not as aggressive as $9,000. If we can just, do 2 or 3 this year, 2 or 3 next
The
year.
thing is what we want to do is get all of them fixed, because then we can come back, since we have our tower, and we're starting, and then doing our making sure that it flow and everything is good. We can bring ISO back in, and that can help lower our fire insurance
Right,
by so much.
yeah.
So, I mean, we're trying to do some things, but it's gonna take a little bit, but we still have a few things that we've gotta do. We have to do pump testing of all our trucks, or not all our trucks, our engine in our tower.
No doubt we
We've
need
already
to do
done
that.
that.
Just want to be sure
For
we have
one.
enough.
So, I mean, eventually, we're gonna try and get where,
I just figured 9 was a little.
let's put it this way, Coleman is a 3, and we're a 6. And there's no way.
And that affects our insurance rates in our homes.
Yes, that's exactly what ISO is all
Put
about.
that back on 9.
Yeah, that's what I said back up.
That's what I was thinking maybe.
Fire is just a percentage of the city. Is
Yeah, we have water distribution, fire is 50%, water distribution is 25%, and dispatch is 25%. So water distribution is important.
Okay, if you think 3,000 is enough, well, we can go with that. I was thinking maybe a little more.
If we get them done, I'd like to do more, but
Well, I mean,
If you're just gonna do like
let's raise it to 4,000.
4,000.
4,000.
Already said that.
Long time ago,
What you
like
said.
15 minutes ago.
Okay. Up 3 more times.
We got water mains. Today we spent $19,635. Budgeted 50,000. I carried that over. Because we plan on hopefully being more proactive on replacing lines. Membership dues, $1,000. Last year-to-date spent $950. Let's see, school meetings and conference. They had budgeted $3,500 last year because all of our water guys needed to go get their certificates. We way overshot that budget spent $5,490. I raised it up to 4,000 because we still have some guys that need to get their further their license. For instance, they may have water and need wastewater, or may have wastewater and need water. So, but I don't know that we're going to be $5,490 aggressive. So, Social Security, $15,400. Hospital health insurance, $46,800. Pension contribution, $8,500. Unemployment tax, year to date we spent $519. $1,250 was budgeted. We just carried that over. Year-end salary adjustments, just carried over the $1,529. And capital expenditures, we spent $14,546.
But we don't know what that is.
Okay. We will get that for you. 20,000 was budgeted, we just carried over the 20,000. Let's see. Last year's budget, $396,131. This year, estimated budget, $432,629. So that's an increase there. Year to date, $297,246.
Maybe that'll go down if we end up adjusting the salaries of the maids.
Yes, it will. Okay, water administration. This is the Melissa, Jana, Debbie. Yeah, DeBerry. Okay,
Does Debbie like calling you or no? Is she with you?
now
She's in the general fund.
Okay.
yeah. Clerical salaries. We're at $65,199. It's gone up to $107,328.
Why?
I imagine it's because of Jan, hiring Jan on there.
She
65
costs
to 100,
40,
35, 42,000.
double check stuff. Okay.
65, 30, 80,
Year to date, we spent 55,000.
2 more steps to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Overtime, year to date, we spent $4,256. There was no budget for that as last year. We're plugging in 5,000 this year.
So why is your office staff getting overtime?
Why are we going to overtime and adding employees?
Well,
And we got one that's at 42.
traditionally, we didn't have,
Starting at 42.
Yeah.
traditionally, they didn't pay overtime. For,
Is their salary?
no, they're not.
They're not.
No. They would use comp time. And I'm not a great believer in comp time per se. There's times to use it and times not to use it. Nobody works for free. Nobody wants to. So I asked them to go ahead and start charging overtime. And it'll give us a good read on where they're actually staying, right? You know,
But I don't understand why they need overtime in the first place.
well, it's like when DeBerry stays here. Huh?
She comes to the council meetings.
Yeah, DeBerry comes to council meetings.
$5,000 for it?
Well, it's not just council meetings. I mean, she did work at the pool,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
You know, there were times we asked them to come in and do things. So that's where that's coming in at.
Wouldn't that account for that in our normal weekly hours and say, you know, go home early today because you've got a council meeting or?
Well, that's comp time.
No.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Oftentimes if you already go over, then you say take Monday off.
well, yeah,
I'm
but
saying like,
To reverse.
you're at a council meeting, I'll feel whatever time Tuesday, you know, Monday, come in, shows the amount of hours late on
Yeah,
Tuesday.
you get up early on the Friday before.
Yeah,
Because we know we have council Monday or.
okay.
to avoid the $5,000.
I mean, we can avoid it.
I prefer avoiding overtime. I'm a
We're
big
at
believer in overtime, and I'm paying the
42,000.
bills.
47,000.
Now, if I was the hourly person, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the clerical of the 65,189 to 107,328. You divide that out, that comes down to 20.25 an hour. We have somebody at the front office running 20.25 an hour
No,
starting.
no.
That's what this comes out to.
Well,
That's highly unacceptable.
yeah, we'll take a closer look and see.
That's all the salary. There was an overtime budget for
Well, it looks like the other ladies weren't making very much, but they've been here quite a while.
14 plus years, 15.
Yeah, and then a new person comes in making 42 right off the jump.
Nope.
agreed.
I mean, should that be run by us before you, I mean, she's not a department head. We don't okay salaries for everybody, but.
Well, increase in employment period as far as staff is supposed to be within the budget. So if it's not within the budget, then yes, it does supposed to go through council.
Okay.
Well, it's just like any other employee. Gotta have this starting salary, base salary, and
No,
a
we're
place to
gonna
go,
work
and
up
you
to
get raises
5
every
years.
year.
They never work.
Can't everybody be hired on at the same salary on work.
Well, there's different skill sets. I understand that, you know, somebody might bring something to the table that deserves some more pay.
Correct.
I just, well, it wasn't in the budget, and I don't know if we did anyway. Not well enough.
We'll get details on that
I will.
and revisit that on the next budget.
Okay. Okay. Postage. So far, we've used $6,225. We got 9 budgeted. I just moved that over. Office supplies. Used 2,323. 4,000 budgeted.
If we went to paperless, we could save on some of that postage. Where are you? You were out there, you're looking back at me. I talked about going paperless on the bills. They don't want to charge anything extra for not going paperless, because a lot of the elderly people on fixed incomes, or just people on fixed incomes, are going to be the ones affected by being hit with a fee.
But going paperless still saves us money. So.
Still saves us money, and we need some type of incentive to get them to go paperless. Anyway,
We weren't against paperless, we just wanted to make it available that they select.
yeah.
All right, let's go forward.
Okay, printing, spent 1,848, had 3,000 budgeted, just move that over to next year.
Well, you know, highly against printing everything, so the more you can save there on printing,
Right.
after you make me.
Maybe we'll go down a little more this next year, and we can really see that it's a trend. Then we'll leave that down.
I'm not saying change it, but just.
Right. Office equipment,
You won't like this, but.
yeah, I know. Office equipment, we spent $100, had,
Oh,
yeah, 2,041 budgeted, just moved that over. Telephone,
That should go down.
yeah.
Why'd you up to the 2,000?
Well, because we were at 1,750, we had 1,200 budgeted, so.
Okay.
Can we take a little intermission after this one?
Okay.
5 to 10 minutes.
Workers' comp, it's the same. Office machine contract. I'm gonna assume that's the postage machine.
That's not,
Do we know what this is, Cody?
I saw a line for Pitney Bowes somewhere. No, that was on the checks.
That is, a copy machine.
The copy machine. Okay,
Why did we have budgeted so much when it was only cost that much?
so we need to back off on that.
No, we need to find out why it's so low.
Okay,
Oh, it should be more.
It's too low, should be
Yeah.
higher.
okay.
It's too low, she's gonna check on the current amount.
Not accurate, no.
Anyway, we got 5,000 budgeted, so. Office equipment maintenance, 15 last year, 15 this year, we spent $676.
You think that's right?
$676. Yeah. Okay, collection fees. $173 spent this year.
Have we seen any, have we got any money from the collection company that was?
Yeah.
We'll get to that another time.
Yeah. Okay. Collection fees, we had nothing there. Wonder what this is, Bo, exactly.
That's what we have to pay them for
Oh,
collecting the bad debt.
okay.
15,000?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, the 173.
Okay. Legal auditing, that's Galen.
Right. The municipal court, we don't pay anything for our billing, we pay. Okay, legal auditing, 15,000. Membership dues, we don't have anything there. Schools, $3,500. We had 3,000 budgeted.
Which schools? We talked about schools over there for getting licensed and what have you, but what other schools are we talking about? We're talking about,
For the office leads, what schools do
They have to go to all the fund view classes, you have to pay up front for all that stuff, they have to go to all those things as far as the training.
Training for us. They don't offer training as part of it.
They have to go to training Sam and
When we
then.
buy the modules, so that's part of the modules, they have to go to the training.
Okay.
When we did the water meter transfer.
Yes, they do the water training, they have to go to training for all the new technology that we're bringing and transferring over.
But I'm okay with that.
Social Security,
Why did that one go up?
Well, because the salary went up, or not the salary, the
Yeah.
the line item of salary.
We have 3 persons, 42.
Health insurance, same thing, went up because we added an individual pension, unemployment tax, stayed the same, year-end salary adjustment, stayed the same, well, it went up $30. And, okay, so, budget last year, $136,344. This year, it's gone up to $197,189. And so far spent, $101,328.
That's $60,000 difference.
61. Yeah.
One department, $61,000.
Where should we get this from?
You what?
We'll wait, stand up, we'll wait to
Did y'all want to go and take a
Yep, yeah, good, break. Take care.
Overtime, worked 1,085. Budgeted was 2,575. Oil, gas, and flats, they had 7,500 budgeted. Actual use was 1,987. I would say we probably might want to go down on that to about 3,000. 23.
So if that's the sewer department, that's gonna be also the, center pivot, correct? The center pivot get flats or stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. There's
Like you're going to, you talked about like you're going to retire?
Yes, we've got, currently, we got kind of a collage on the pivots. We got 2 pivots at the sewer plant. They have big tractor tires on them. They go flat a lot. And they had started migrating to plastic tires, but the rocks out there chew those tires up and just make them slick. We had looked at going to metal rims, just tires. But I think it's like $10,000, so we're gonna have to kind of maybe, work ourselves into that. And I'm not sure why 7,500 was budgeted last year. It could have been to buy those plastic tires. So that's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, what it was.
I believe that is correct.
So,
So since we like plastic tires, we can definitely drop that.
Yes.
5,000?
well, do we want to buy the plastic tires?
No,
Okay.
I would rather go back to the tractor tires. So, and that's what we're heading.
5,000?
Well, we're at 2,000 right now.
3.
Yeah, 3. Okay, minor tools, spent 789. Have 1,000 budgeted.
We need to get a handle on this minor tool business. They can buy just so many tools, they need to keep up with them. We don't need to keep buying tools after tools after tools.
That is
I thought that
true.
wasn't too bad.
I mean, every place we've looked, minor tools has been a big expenditure. Now, that doesn't look like a whole lot, but over the course of the year, you keep buying $1,000 worth of minor tools in every category. Keep up with your tools, people.
Well, they might be keeping up with them, but sometimes they do break.
They break.
Well, to a degree, yes. I
I'm
agree,
saying.
but I think we can do a better job with minor tools.
I got your point.
You got a point.
Yeah. Uniform allowance, spent 447, we're at 500, or budgeted for 500. Chemicals, we had 250 budgeted, we've spent 1,125. So, I I bumped it up to 2,000.
What caused the increase in chemicals? I mean, why,
Yeah.
what happened with 250 if we had to spend 1,100?
What was the event?
What
Chemicals that you
changed?
use
I
up
mean,
here.
the price of the chemical change or
Oh,
the amount used or?
I will drill down into that and find out for you.
no. Check into.
I don't mind paying the price if we need the chemicals, but
Right,
that looks a little bit odd.
right.
Okay.
And well, offhand, what I'm thinking possibly is that I don't think we were adding enzymes to the sewer ponds.
Okay.
And that's why they stunk so bad?
Yeah. Well,
They are bad?
that's part of why it stunk so bad.
Whatever we did, it smells better.
Well, see, you can add enzymes.
I
They,
feel like you're at home.
yeah, you can add enzymes and it's supposed to keep the sludge, right?
Mhm.
And then also too, if you aerate it, it'll turn that pond over and keep the smell down.
Whatever we've done, it really does seem to work.
Right,
So that's nice.
right, right. Telephone, we had 750 budgeted, we used 350.
We have a phone out there? That's the phone stipend? Okay.
Yeah.
It's $20 an hour.
$20 a month for all the employees.
Okay, there you go.
What's that?
Yep. Let's see, workers' comp, 3,100. Electricity, we had 9,000 budgeted, we went to 9,800. I plugged in 10,000.
Should look for solar grants.
Yeah, we should.
Gotta be something out there.
Maybe some grants.
Especially like at the sewer plant. I mean,
Yeah.
running the pivot, which should run with water pressure most of your items.
I got your pump that runs it,
Yeah. That's one that pumps out there. So,
and big pumps.
yeah.
Maybe nothing there.
There's a lot of stuff out there you also have to keep heated, for keeping freezing
Yes.
in the winter time. Have to have some insulation. Everybody got cookies.
Property tax on leased land, this is because we leased that out to Auto. Spent so far 1,083, we budgeted $1,200. Sewer permit, 1,250, it's a hard figure. Vehicle maintenance.
And just explain this to me, the lease land, we lease it to someone else, or we're leasing it from someone else?
We lease
The
it.
farmland.
Okay, Otto Gottschalk,
Yeah,
he leases that land from us.
and we lose money?
Well, we have to pay taxes on it.
Because we lease it and make money, we have to pay taxes.
Income property.
Right. See, typically what we have is tax, it's not taxed unless we're making money on it.
Okay.
And then they use their credit through water crops.
Yes.
Treated sewer water.
Well,
It's sewer.
yeah.
Well, it doesn't have the party favors.
Right.
You know, they're filtered out.
Yes.
Vehicle maintenance, beginning of the year, well, we had 1,500 budgeted. At the beginning of the year, there were 2 wrecks, vehicle wrecks, on our vehicles caused by us. So, I think this is gonna be the, expense for that. I raised it to 2,000, we can put it back to 1,500, because, you know,
We have good drivers now.
well, hopefully, yeah.
We got rid of the bad drivers?
Well, we have some that haven't had wrecks yet. Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of new people,
Yeah, so,
Yep.
so leave it or go down?
okay.
Just leave it, we don't know.
Pumps, electrical controls, 7,500 budgeted. We spent 5,289 so far. I just carried that over, 7,500. Social Security, let's see, we ended up paying $4,118 because of the payout. Budgeted last year was $2,936. I just put it at $3,000. Hospital health insurance, we spent $3,116. $8,700 was budgeted. I put it at $8,000.
How come that was so,
Well, I'm not sure why.
is that right?
It may be.
Which one are you looking at? Hospital health insurance budgeted 8,700, spent 3,100.
95312.
We can ferret that out and take a look at it.
2 months ago.
Take a look.
Yeah, that could be it, but that's quite a bit.
Yes, that is.
Well, it was Clyde came off insurance at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll double check that.
Okay.
Let's see, pension, spent 1,300 basically, budgeted 1,624, I just put it at 1,600. Unemployment tax, 250. Year-end salary adjustments, I just carried that over. Sewer plant maintenance, we've spent $12,182, but budgeted was $10,000. I put in 13.
Sure, plant maintenance, what does that entail?
Well, our pivots are very, very old,
Okay.
and we've had problems with them ever since I got here.
That's fine.
Yeah. Let's see, the sewer mains is basically our sewer lines. We spent 2,500 last year. We had 17,500 budgeted. I put in 6,000. So I don't foresee a lot of sewer line replacement in the future, unless I have to. I mean,
Capital expenditure, somewhere.
do I?
Capital expenditure.
Right, capital expenditures, we have nothing year to date. It was, budgeted 18,299, and that's a very specific number. There may be something in mind for that. I plugged in 20,000. So,
Anybody remember what that was for?
I might check with Randy and see. I'll get a,
Well,
see what's happening with that.
we may not spend it, we'd rather have it in there
Right.
quickly because some of that equipment costs big amount of money.
Yeah, and when you need it, you need it.
Need it now.
Overall, last year's budget, $134,028. This year's projected $128,109. And so far, year to date, we spent $104,172. And that is all for water.
Do we have a fire department?
Yeah, if you look under,
Oh, it's in general.
in the general fund, 001, I want to do a page.
Until the break, I didn't notice that both saying it wasn't corrected, and it's way off. Unless it's,
What wasn't corrected?
it's, according to
The transition.
According to what we got, we only got 51% of our budget, and there's some line items that saying we're 444% over budget, but it's giving us like $11,000 to $16,000 still left to spend.
So I sent an email on that,
Yes.
or they were showing like negative, well, there's still some negative. 17,000 on truck repairs, negative 2,100 on school.
The timeline that we're on is somewhere in the first week in September. We've got a company with 4 reps coming to cite us for out-of-date gear. And so we've been kind of, just like last year, we're waiting to do the last part of what we were going to do this year. So we don't know where we're really are at financially.
Okay, well, let's go through it. Okay, fire department, fireman's salary.
Where are we?
Page 6. Oh, sorry, page 6. Okay, salary. Year to date, we spent $28,048. Let's see, budgeted $38,028, projected $40,100.
I mean, is that Brent's salary?
That's
Yes,
just,
sir.
right?
One salary?
Yes, sir.
It's just, I know, it's just plural fireman, so I assume you would mean Brent.
Yes.
So does that-
Fireman.
Does that indicate a salary increase?
Yes, sir. Projected.
Good, I hope so. I'd like to see Brent bump up a little bit. He's been here a long time, and I think he only got one.
Well, and he's taken on our safety program and doing a fantastic job.
Brent's a dedicated employee. I can only name three.
Yes. So, oil, gas, and flats.
But he is one of them.
Do we want to talk about, is that enough? Is that what we want to do, or? Is that what anybody wants to do?
What?
For salary, for Brent?
Well, I think it's something we'll have to address.
No, I'd like to see him do
I was gonna say, that's not much of a big bump. I mean,
No.
And he's taken on a lot.
I'd like to see
And
him
had a
do
raise.
that.
When was your last raise?
Understand?
And we can trim it up.
No, but we
Why not?
Fifteen?
Very short.
15.
So it's been about 5 years.
4 going on 5.
What'd you say?
It's been 4 or 5 years since he said bump.
Right.
I wouldn't mind seeing a little more on that.
Brown's gave him that, I think.
15.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get one bit,
All right.
So what are we looking at?
Well,
What's this, your current salary is current,
he's just glad to be here.
38,028 is his current.
Right.
Any ideas that one would be better?
Well, we'll do percentages.
You go, that's about $2 raise right there at $2 an hour.
So name the responsibilities he's taken on additionally.
He's taken on the entire safety program, and what we did early on, we bought a computer program, okay, and he fills out all the paperwork we need to.
And he goes up for grants and everything else.
Well, he does. He goes and checks up on the guys, make sure they're doing what they need to be doing safety-wise.
I make a lot of people mad.
I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you probably got a few phone calls.
We have a safety meeting.
I was got Romans.
And he's, prepares the program for the safety meeting every Friday.
Well, there's nobody more dedicated than him.
He does a lot of community involvement stuff too.
And he does, like when, this FAST grant that we had, that we applied for the $500,000 worth of equipment, between him and Robert, they pretty much make up the fire department as far as
Yeah.
we're concerned when we need information. So, they keep up with,
That's really nice.
what was it, Brent, how many calls out you have, in county, in the city versus in the county?
Yeah, we have all that off our, we keep up with that. Usually, right, last year we were pretty much even. But our biggest problem is not the calls, it's that used to, when we went to calls, we had donations and stuff. We don't get that anymore. And so when we're going out into the county, you have to realize that we're spending more money than we're taking in. So, I think last year,
It counts for all the programming as far as what the fires were, how long we were there, how many man hours, how many. If you break it down in man hours, it's not 50/50.
yeah.
It's,
Well,
but he takes care of all that.
Point is, yeah, he keeps up with all that, so.
Waters, gallons of water used.
Oh,
et
yeah.
cetera.
All the Oh, statistics that we need.
Um, What was I looking at? I thought it was, you know, the most, you current salaries is current. 38,028 is his current. Projected 40,100. So it's been about 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah.
So does your family have their own insurance?
My kids are already grown and gone,
Yeah.
and my wife has her own insurance. She works for Meals for the Elderly.
I mean, I would like to see it maybe around 42.
I'll write that down. We were kind of talking about a $5,000 even raise over here.
So 43?
You're getting the 2,000 already, so we're just doubling and rounded.
Well, you stick on a new,
I mean, it's a temporary adjustment. If we go back and doesn't all balance,
Well,
raise it and put it back down to 25.
at this rate, the vote is calculated at this rate here, he's making 19.28 an hour.
Right. So, yeah, that's just bumping up $1 an hour.
Yeah,
We got people that are starting at 17, 18, so, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll plug in 5,000 and we'll see what happens.
yeah.
How much?
5,000.
So put them at.
That's what Jason threw out at me.
From 30 to 43.
How much did you pay him, Brent?
Keep my mouth shut, that's what I do. But
Okay,
I appreciate it very much.
we'll kick it around.
Well, it's,
Don't count your chickens.
No, I understand.
Oh.
Gene on good, Virginia.
Ready to explain minor tools to somebody.
yeah, be ready to.
Yeah.
Okay, gas, oil, and flats. So far, we spent $3,590. We have 7,000 budgeted.
It's been a slow year. We're sitting at
Well, it's been a wet year.
45 years. Yeah.
No,
And we're lucky because all our friends to the south are burning the hell out of a lot of stuff.
Yep.
They're just tearing up vehicles and right now we're lucky.
But we may be dry next year.
minor tools is going up.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, my.
So a few years ago,
DOD has a separate budget, right?
a few years ago, the 7 was blown out because we did one fire that cost us 10.
90% of that stuff is I put it there because it doesn't really fit in anywhere else, so that's, yeah. We've got we bought a lot of batteries and stuff for our air packs and stuff like that, and I put it in there because it's just easier for me to. We don't have a line item for batteries and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that we have that we don't have anywhere to put that really.
Is there a certain column that we need to add? Is there something
Well,
that's
I mean, if you want to call it miscellaneous.
Not-
But really,
I don't get into these meetings,
Just put it in minor tools.
Yeah, minor
tools.
Okay, so we're gonna leave this at 7,000?
For what?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it seemed like we bought 2, things to do hydrant testing and stuff like that. They were, one was, I don't know, about $700, the other one was about $500. But they're for us to calculate water flow, how much we're getting out of the hydrants, and all that stuff goes into the ISO stuff. So we bought a lot of stuff this year. And so a lot of that stuff, you know, if it wasn't part of our grant that we had gotten, some of that stuff I stuck in there because I didn't know where else to put it. And I don't know that, we should have another, you know, there's some things in here that we probably could change. But, right now, I just put it in my tools because it's the easiest place that I know where I can put it. That's all.
As long as it's a good idea.
Yeah, AD battery.
We have to change batteries in our air packs every 6 months, y'all. And I mean, that's mask.
Maybe we need to make a line item for batteries.
Yeah, we spend a lot of money on batteries. Yeah. So, and then also, I may put, when we have air packs tested and all that kind of stuff, hydrostatic testing, you don't really realize how much stuff for one guy, just one guy in your department. If you had 7 or 8, it'd be even worse than this, y'all.
Right.
So that, you'd be proud that we have a volunteer fire department, because it can get, we make his budget look little compared to what we had to put on that many people.
So we need to raise minor tools if we're not gonna add a line. Because that's something that.
Well, I will make I'll make a conscious effort to not buy and place that stuff in see if I can keep it under 1,000. Because a lot of this stuff is, it's little stuff like, we have a,
Well, we had a pretty good deal. I mean, like we spent 1,100 on those two pieces.
Those are not a regular thing.
right, they're like something that we
So it's
buy
just like
out.
a miscellaneous item that's not normal, so that's what the
They'll be
Yeah, that's where I put it, you know.
on 5 and 10 a year.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
So it was,
it probably, it won't, no, I'll make it.
that's why I said it was ready for that line, because I knew it was.
Yeah,
So leave minor tools at 1,000.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay, uniform allowance, 400.
I haven't bought uniforms in quite a while. These are, I don't know, probably 18 years old. Yeah, broken in. But they're work uniforms. You know, it's not my regular uniform. If I was to go out in public and do a speaking thing, I've got stuff for that.
Well, that's a good number for you then.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be all right.
Telephone, 2,500. Workers' comp, 9,500. Heat and light, 7,000.
Your telephone go away as well.
Eventually.
They're all, every city, the plan is every city office is coming in with this phone system.
Okay.
So this is one deal.
That'll help a lot.
Yeah.
Truck repairs, we have 3,000 budgeted. We have spent
Where did we
minus
get
17,000.
This is where a lot of this stuff is gonna be
We sell
not
something?
transferred correctly, so.
No, we haven't, I mean, we've done some work, but we didn't do.
That's a negative number.
Yeah, that's a wild
That's a
number
negative.
there.
Okay.
That's where I think some conversion.
That's not, we're a profit center, man.
Huh?
We're a profit center.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That can get corrected easily.
Radio, we got 1,163 spent year to date, 2,000 budgeted. We'll just carry that over.
We'll know a lot more come Tuesday.
Yeah. For,
Radios.
you talking about the repeater?
Yes.
I'm talking about handhelds, everything. This is a whole communication package of the short.
Right. Now, in the meeting on Monday,
I thought it was Tuesday.
So we'll know a lot more Tuesday. It's Tuesday at 10.
Anybody gonna go to that? For us?
I can always say I can try, but I can't promise anything with
I'm
that.
not saying we get answers, but we're on the agenda and
Yeah.
they're probably gonna have to table it because they're gonna have to talk about where they're gonna try to pull it from.
you expect to be a lot of pushback there?
I expect there to be a ton of pushback there.
There will be.
I expect to get told town things on.
Thought we didn't sign that over,
We just,
It's pretty much gonna be we don't have it. It's gonna be, I'm sorry, that's not our problem.
and we don't have it.
That's not around it. I
Find
don't have it, we don't have it.
Find it. It's a public service issue. It's a safety issue.
Does Greg know about that thing?
Who?
Greg? Koch.
Yes.
Okay.
The cog is gonna be there.
That's what I'm.
personal equipment, spent $2,888 year to date, budgeted 25. What did we spend?
Didn't get new, was it
We,
you had to get something new, didn't you?
no, I don't know what that would be.
Was this the breathing,
Uh,
did we get some packs or
we
something?
got, well, some of this stuff, remember, we bought some of our stuff and then we've got an extractor. We have bought a few, pieces of, turnout gear, different types of turnout gear for guys, because we didn't have the right sizes and stuff, so.
Okay.
But this is a good number for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, we usually, that's about what we spend every year.
So should we stay at 2,500 or?
Yeah, I'd stay at 2,500.
Okay.
Foam, we would like to see probably go up a little bit, but I'd like to see probably, instead of, we haven't bought any because it's so expensive, but, we need some, and we're gonna have to put some on the trucks and stuff, so at least another $250,
So $750.
yeah.
What's going
It's for like, if we ever have a derailment, we have a fire, foam to put the fire out.
Soap and water,
This is a different,
taps amount of water.
this is a different type of foam. It's made for petroleum fires and things like that.
Car fires, petroleum.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to drag it on, I just,
No, well,
I'm not firm, I don't know.
We don't have any,
Yeah.
so we gotta buy some.
yeah, we haven't bought foam in the last 2 or 3 years, so. And it's got a shelf life too, so we,
Especially if you're gonna fuel fire.
yeah.
Conventions, 1,500, we spent 631 so far. You okay with the 1,500?
Yeah, that's fine.
Schools, we have a minus 2,115,
Yeah.
$3,000 budget.
Office and
We'll look at that.
You're charging admission?
Okay. Dues and pensions, 6,756 year to date, 13.5 budget. Do we?
We still, one more quarter, yeah.
we got one more quarter planned to
So we'll hit that 13.5.
Yeah.
Medical examinations, 250 budgeted, 0.
We haven't had anybody come in except for the last 2 weeks here. We got some, so we'll probably end up, we'll probably send them to, what's his face over here? Sims, because that'd be cheaper than going to the, we have been going to the clinic, and the clinic's kind of expensive, so. we just go- we just need a-
Fire prevention, 0 spent, 600 in budget.
That's usually for our giveaways when we go do like safety things at Walmart or go to schools. Go to the school and hand out stuff to pre-K and kindergarten, so that's basically what that,
Are we keeping that 600?
yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. Software grant, 75 spent, 1,700 budgeted. Is this something we need to?
Yeah,
probably put that in there for
I thought that was for our,
what we're getting from the PD or whatever.
what are you talking about?
I think they put a budget line in there for the radio package, that we were gonna get the old equipment from the PD.
Oh, yeah, well, I didn't know if that was that or,
That's what that was when they put it in.
well, that has not been, that usually takes care of our software that we do all our, putting in calls and all that stuff and keeping up with how many hours we spend here and how many runs we have out in the county.
Okay, so 17.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's usually what that's for,
All right.
so.
Social Security, hospital insurance, pension contribution, unemployment tax, year-end salary adjustment will be,
Okay, the pension contribution is actually year-to-date 25.45, and we're gonna go down to 16.
See, I'm having a hard time trusting these numbers, knowing that.
Right. I'm not
Yeah,
disagreeing.
I'm just kinda like,
yeah.
I don't know if I believe any of these year dates because there's so many of them messed up.
We go down the need and up, so. You know what I mean? We go down the, what was budgeted.
Well, the, all these figures are calculated. The health insurance, the pension, the unemployment, these are calculated anyway. What we'll do is look up what we've spent and go forward. We don't get it off of this year. Okay, so fire department totals.
Well, wait a minute, let's talk about your capital expenditure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
capital expenditures. Okay, we spent $16,778. Budgeted was $30,000. We are putting in $57,000.
Something's not adding up here.
Well, the 57,000 is coming from, typically we have $30,000 every year, right, that we give
But
to.
that was gonna be used for 3 years or so to pay for the bar truck.
Right. Now, the fire truck payment is how much, Bo?
27.
27,000. Okay, so instead of adding 27,000 to the 30,000 and make it 57,000, we probably need to deduct it. Is that how we plan that?
Our first payment that we had done is what we thought we were doing with the sale of the F2 truck.
Right.
And at this budget year, we understood that the payments would be coming out of the capital expenditure.
So this 16,
For how long
7
it took,
is
I don't know what the
one
long-term
payment.
for. I don't know what the long-term for on the truck, so I don't know how many years.
I thought we discussed 3 years.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what point.
Yeah, we were,
From the call.
For whatever y'all,
for whatever y'all said.
yeah, we weren't involved in that.
I really don't, I think it's longer than 3 years, but basically, we're gonna take the payment out of the $30,000.
Right.
So that's what she was asking us, what is the 16,778 this year? Is that the first
First
payment?
payment we made?
No, I mean, we sold the truck to Rowena for
Right,
22,000.
22,000. Right.
But that was the initial payment towards the new truck.
Right, for this year's budget.
And then the 30,000 expenditures from now was, capital expenditures was for the truck.
We were fully on
Well,
that,
that's my mistake, because I was thinking that this was something else plus the truck.
Oh, okay, I was wondering where that number came from.
So it should be just both.
Yes?
yeah.
30?
It was 30 even, and then the 22 you used for the down, or just to bring the amount down, or whatever it was, and then.
Right.
That's how I remember it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we need to take 27. All right, so, last year's budget, $137,902.
Gotta do math.
Well, let me calculate.
That's not great.
27,000. 139, 284, proposed,
139,
and 284, year-to-date expense, $67,063. But there's a problem in there because there's two negatives. So we'll research that.
see what we're on.
They were really that, all or nothing, because all those things.
Yeah, that's, yeah, as soon as you can let us know, that gives us an idea of what Phillips Company we're shopping for, quantity wise. So, and that was gonna be the end of our spending for the year.
Are we talking about the trucks?
Most,
What are we talking about?
we're talking about gear, buying the bunker and
A lot of our gear,
dual cert, that's what we were using.
They
on
are-
there, part of our capital.
when you go to fire school now, used to, it was just paid department or paid firemen could only use gear for 10 years. And then you had to buy a set. And then they come in and say, okay, now you gotta buy 2 sets for your paid firemen. One,
You have to?
yes, you're supposed to.
Hey, fine.
But I have my old set, so I use it, and then I have my new set.
Okay, but not the volunteers.
No,
But-
we're fixing to get to that. Now, next year, when we go to school, everybody's gear has to be inspected by those guys. And if
That's
it's,
10 years.
it has to make 10 years. And if it doesn't, they're not gonna be able to go to school.
We have
So if it's 16 years, it's antiquated, it has to be replaced.
We have 12 sets of bunker gear,
Yeah.
which would be city or
County or-
structure.
How much are we talking per year?
Oh, it just, well, depending on what we buy,
$2,300 to $2,700 per set.
no, more than that, more than that. I guarantee you it's gonna be more than that. It'll probably be anywhere from 27 to 3.
Okay, 27 to 3.
But that's just a coat and pants, that's all.
That's not boots, helmet, gloves, you know,
So they check everything. Gloves, helmet, hood, your helmet. I have to send my stuff in, and I'm fixing to send mine
How much
out.
for a package for one
For
person?
one package, for the whole thing, I couldn't tell you for sure. It just
10,000?
depends. No more than that.
About $10,000.
It'd probably be about 37, probably 3,700.
37.
3,700
Under 4,000.
Yeah,
per person.
per
Per
person.
person.
Are you gonna include a wild land here?
We'll probably get that through.
This
Wild
double,
land?
Well, they got dual search.
we do dual cert here for wrecks and also structure fires for people that don't go into here. Because of that right there, we're only spending $450.
Because not everybody likes to go inside, so we have.
But they have to have it, so that's only $450 per set, and those are things we're buying as well.
And that's the thing that we have to work at, is to getting, deciding who's going to go in and who's not going to go in.
Is there a grant available for both?
Oh, yes.
And we use it every year.
Okay.
We do not,
It's one of those things that you
You do
either get it
3
or
at a
you don't,
time.
until your turn.
is about what we get for the grant when you do 3 at a time. You cross over fast.
How many are you looking to get this year?
We don't know.
I'm gonna try to get 4 or 5.
And hopefully the same in dual service.
So how much are you looking to get? Off your budget here? You looking to use your $30,000 about one year?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what capital expenditures are.
Not $30,000. What we have remaining
Right.
for this year, we were gonna use it to buy gear for the individuals that need it.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're still not gonna meet that. So,
But the next,
but we'll hit the first grant and we'll get those people taken care of and we'll hit the next grant and get those. And then whatever there is in, minute capital expenditures or whatever, if there is any, then.
Well, I
we'll
know
do that.
we tried to get some in this fast grant,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they wouldn't let us add bunker gear.
We
yeah.
got to move towards I-35 for that.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean,
Basically, if you've got $5,000 left over in your capital expenditures, you're gonna spend it on.
right here. Yeah, the 30,000 for the X amount of years has put us in a situation to where the only thing that we have left is gear.
Yeah.
As long as we get, have the trucks taken care of.
Now, when we say gear, that will cross over into the CBA, but again, that is all stuff that we'll try to do with as much grant as possible, like we always do.
Yeah.
Okay. And, that concludes our work. It is 9:30.
I wouldn't mind stopping.
Dan's not gonna be happy.
You would?
Dan won't be happy.
I'm here all day long.
Well, you're still here.
I can
Do what?
continue.
What?
I said I can keep going.
Yeah, I'm not getting,
I don't think anybody else wants to.
yeah.
I'm just trying to, I'm
Hey,
supposed
Bob, you
to.
what?
But you wanna go home, don't you, Dish? How's you going home?
Well, we didn't talk about when another meeting next week. Or we want to push it on to the 19th and do that, we'll get it all finished.
By the end of the month, about 29th.
And,
I would suggest we do something at least next week.
when do you think we need to finish?
Well, we'll go through the rest of the general next time.
That'll probably take a couple hours.
And we may need another meeting after that to finalize it, because there's some questions.
Probably 2 more.
But we gotta get the tour, because then you have to post it, and then it has to be sent off.
I can't even have them next Wednesday.
Do what?
I think you do another Wednesday.
Correct?
Right.
Because you can't post it till Monday.
And so we could actually plan it now, if we wanted one Wednesday and Friday, or Wednesday and Thursday, something like that.
I'm going on vacation.
She's leaving Monday for vacation.
I'm supposed to be leaving Monday through Saturday for family vacation.
So,
Let's have a meeting then.
I was gonna take it a day late so we could have it a Monday night,
but we can't have it till Wednesday.
but we can't.
You got a meeting Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
Well, she wouldn't have to be here. We could catch her up later.
What do you think?
Well,
Wednesday?
yeah, we could do it on Wednesday, one Friday.
Wednesday, and then put it on the 19th meeting. Don't make that meeting long, but at least you don't miss as long.
Yeah, but, I mean, when we do have it at the council on 19th, it'll get a little more
Monday.
polished. So,
Oh, I think it's Wednesday.
Yeah, that's true.
you know, I mean, it's not like finalized.
Yeah.
We may have to add one more.
You can point out your questions between now and then, right?
What's on the
Yeah,
first?
just y'all let her know exactly what we're going over. We can get y'all.
No.
Early Tuesday.
Who's that, 16?
Bob is no Tuesday, no Thursday. That's right.
So-
Me, then. That's just Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll have one on the 14th and possibly on the 16th.
Why are we gonna do one on the 16th, we're gonna do one on the 19th?
Well, I don't,
You're killing me.
well, I'm just, if we're gonna do it, we gotta post it now, whether we.
Well, I understand that, I understand that.
Let's just go Wednesday.
We'll do Wednesday for sure.
We could do Saturday.
Oh, no.
Don't get on weekends very often.
No.
Alright.
Okay,
This
so
is no emergency, this was late because it wasn't done in June, July.
Wednesday the 14th?
yes, 14th,
Wednesday the 14th?
and we can post it for 16th, whether we do it or not, it's up to us.
5:30, no.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yes, on Wednesday, 5:30. Fine.
Y'all think we can have it amended by then on our, for year to date?
Yeah. We'll go through this again.
Get all your corrections, made, you mean, as far as the names?
Yeah.
Yes. Because that's all it looked like to me. It just looked like when something was put in as a one, it should have been the other. So
Right.
it's not that easy.
I think it's a transition, something didn't feed over in the transition. Or, I don't know.
So 14th for sure.
We'll put it out for the 14th, the 16th, and 19th.
You have to still send the updated stuff to Christie, because the
Yeah.
questions on occasions you can email you.
Right. And she will, does. Now, we don't have to do the 16th if we can get everything else done. But we gotta post it.
Appreciate it. Very much.
Thanks, for guys.
Thanks,
Was there anything else I wanted to add?
Sir? No, I think let's see what those numbers are, and if they end up odd, we'll talk about it, and if they. But I mean, we made that commitment to y'all in the meeting. and-
Was there gonna be any additional equipment if we get the task grant, those two pieces of equipment? Is there gonna be anything additional?
The only thing that we had talked about getting was, hose test and, pump test type stuff to help out with that. That's the only thing.
That's the only thing that will.
That's the only two things that we had left on the list. This other stuff is only just doing it because we have to. I mean, after Martin's year is 2006, 2006. It was 3 years over. They almost turned two guys away at school after we were already there.
That's you.
I'm not leaving yet.
I'm sorry, Stan.
So yeah, that was it. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. All right, next meeting is Wednesday, August 14th, 5:30. Possibly Friday, August 16th at 5:30, not committed, but we will post it. And then for sure, a regular meeting Monday, August 19th, 5:30 p.m. All right? All right, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.